What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. This is episode 244 for the week of July 17th, 2022. The title of this episode is a discussion around gaming negativity and harassment. So yeah, basically the tagline of this episode is don't be a shitter. There's a lot of things that have happened recently and obviously throughout the many years of video games, but there are a couple major things that came to light over the past week, and I thought that it deserved a greater discussion. And by discussion, I mean more so us telling you to stop it. And it's not all of you. We know that. There's a lot of good people in gaming communities, regardless of the game that you play, the games you enjoy. But there are also people out there that are not good, who like to just drum up bullshit and who send harassment and hate and threats towards other people and developers and people who just work at studios, publishers, whatever it may be, community members themselves, it doesn't matter. And it's time to address that even further on this show. So, but we have other stuff to talk about as well. So without further ado, my name is Josh, aka JK Fire, and this week I'm joined by the man who I'm always joined by, the man in the E-United, actually, I should say the blacked out E-United jersey. They still don't have their full roster, correct? Because of Spartan on the bench.
Didn't they picked someone up, didn't
they? They swapped with KCP, like Manny and Nick.
That's right.
So Manny's on their roster, but they're still short one person. Will, a.k.a. Mr. Mayhem. Will, how are you on this holy moly Wednesday evening?
It's Wednesday. Got off late from work. We're, half hour late to the stream, but I got pulled over on the way over here. I was zoning, I was jamming, I was singing my heart out in the car. Woo!
But
I was at the back of pack, and we were all going the same speed limit, but, it was a little over, and I got off with a warning. So thank you, police officer, who let me off with a warning.
So you did not get a ticket.
Yes, did not get a ticket.
Exactly. So there you go. There's a silver lining to the situation.
But yeah, I'm here. We're doing the show, ready to go. A little heavy topic this week.
Yo.
So we'll
whoa. Yo, hold on. Hold on.
All right, what just happened?
Hold on. All right. First and foremost, let's just say this. Welcome everybody to the live show who's tuning in live. Shag says they let you go because of that sexy ass shirt, huh?
It better be.
Hey, it better be. Also, welcome, Legend. It's good to see you as well. And then Ziggler with the fucking primer, 2-month Submarino in a row. Thank you so much, Zig. You get a woo! Because we're starting the show off. Might as well do it now. And then Uncle Pumpy, great name still, with the fucking gifted sub to Tools. Well, Uncle Pumpy, thank you for the gifted sub. You get a woo! Man, kicking the show off right.
I guess so.
Kicking the show off where we're going to talk about negativity with some positivity. Gotta love it.
Perfect.
Hell yeah, daddy.
God.
Will, do you want to know what's coming up on this week's episode of the show?
Yeah. What do you got?
Europa Halo announces their next series of tournaments. An update on HaloDotAPI as we near the end of July, because it's a big deal there. Tournaments are recapped. Will's going to go through all of them. You have a lot of them, Will.
I'm going to fly through them then.
Oh, yeah. We have a discussion, like I said, the topic around gaming negativity and harassment. Halo Infinite's campaign network co-op fighting is live. And then CDL Major number 4 results, where the Minnesota Rocker are absolute shit yet again. But there's some really cool things that happened out of that major. We'll talk about that towards the end of the show. So, Will, without further ado, let's get into some competitive news. A look back in time. This is by Max Hoberman. He states, "God, I have Halo on the brain. I sat in on a meeting with our team in 343 today, which started it. Then an employee showed me how my tweets, and sometimes even likes of tweets, get picked up on Reddit. Sigh. For fun, I looked through the archive again and stumbled on this. I wrote this on November 13th, 2004. It's a snapshot in time. I didn't know definitely how Halo 2 would be received at the time. It's a shame that I never made it past this very rough beginning of the tale. It would have been good. So much invention, so much that's now the norm. We're not going to read through it. You can go ahead and read it. It's in the tweet that's included in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show, ! Show notes in chat, where the link should work. Emphasis on should. Europa Halo Summer Series has been announced. This is by Europa Halo, and I quote, announcing the Summer Series. Summer Series starts this weekend. It already started. It's already happened. Will's going to talk about the first event in the tournament recap section. But it's going to have 3 cups. The top 8 teams throughout the Opens get themselves invited to the finals to compete for HCS points. Finals will be broadcasted on the 6th of August with drops as well. So make sure to tune in for all the events, obviously, but definitely on the 6th of August for your drops. Will, we've talked about it many a time on this show. The topic continues to pop up over and over and over again. And funny enough, it really feels like every time there's a Call of Duty League major, this question just keeps reappearing. Funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like one game has a mode that the other game doesn't, and the game that doesn't wishes that it had the mode. That mode is Search and Destroy. So, S&D and Halo? This is by many, obviously. So Snakebite was like, hey, I have no idea how to make it work, but wish we had an S&D style game type in Halo terribly bad. Seeing the strategy develop throughout the year for teams and watching the Clutch moments, just great. Clutch replied with, please with all ideas. Snakebite said, on a real note, make Breakout 2.0 and make it actually function in the game. Then throw in extraction and new maps via Forge and we'll be golden once the online is hopefully fixed. And then here's where things got a little interesting. Baby J, who used to work on what is now the Competitive Insights team, replied with the following. I was trying when I was there. It was hard to make it work, but there was a little something. There was a little something, Will.
Yeah. When I think of what Call of Duty has for Search and Destroy, I don't see it working on current Halo maps.
Sure.
They're too open. There's line of sight, The maps aren't large enough almost. There's not enough corners, sneaky spots to be. I mean, you figure you get one pick in Halo, it feels like it's going to be all downhill from there. But yes, it is something that, your life is limited. It would make more intense. It would slow down the game. But it feels like it would be something. It feels like the mode would not be what Halo has been. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing or a good thing. It all depends on how it flows.
Sure. And what other people have said as well, a lot of pros who kind of got dominant in Halo 5 really were saying they wanted Breakout back. Which is
you have to do it right.
It's just funny because I remembered back in the day, now I could be misremembering, but I thought back in the day that the pros did not like Breakout. And maybe that's where Snakebite is coming in and talking about, on a real note, make Breakout 2.0 and make it actually function in the game. So maybe they liked the concept of it,
but not how it was in Halo 5.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Shag says Breakout was really fun with that opening jump in. Yeah, it was really cool. Added a little cinematic flair to it. And Mar said, bit under the weather. Hey, hope you feel better, Mar. It says bring back Halo 5 Breakout. I'm telling you, man. And then
I think you got to put it on real maps though, not the blue.
Oh yeah,
looking stuff.
Yeah, and then Zig is with you where S&D would be cool, but it feels like it doesn't fit in Halo. And that's the thing is that we've seen, I would be heavily interested in it because, Will, you mentioned it a very, very, very long time ago on how it would be really cool if something like this existed in the game, especially at the competitive level. And I agree, and I think it'd be really cool considering the changes that we've gotten to Oddball, the changes that we've gotten to King of the Hill for better or worse, like whatever your preference is, right? They do want to make either refreshed or new experiences in the competitive landscape. So why not? who knows if they've continued on from what Baby J was talking about, where there was a little something there. Who knows if they've continued with it? Clutch clearly wants to know what people want to see, and so he can bring it back to the appropriate teams as well to see if something could work. And we joke all the time that the game doesn't feel like a live service game right now. But if 343 are truly committed to making this a long-term sustainable esport, then why couldn't we see this be introduced in a later season down the road?
It's possible.
Right. Because they brought back King of the Hill. They brought in Catalyst. Now, yes, there's the argument of like, well, they're just withholding these to keep them for next seasons or whatever it may be. And Maddie messaged me. I didn't put it in the show notes, and I apologize, Maddie, but he messaged me about something where there was potential issues with map design because of outsourcing to a separate company, which made things more difficult. And maybe that's why Catalyst was delayed, or maybe that's why it's more difficult for maps to be built internally because of other things that they had going on. Again, I'm paraphrasing what he sent me. But no, if they are fully committed, if 343 are fully committed to making this a long-term sustainable esport for the future, then what's to say we can't see an SND style mode with an infinite released in an oncoming season? Nono says assault with elimination rule set on top. Anything's possible. We still haven't seen assault.
Could throw some sort of, one bomb.
Maybe that's
iteration.
the refresh that they do. Maybe with the refresh to Oddball, with the refresh to King of the Hill, they do a refresh to Assault, and they make it a round-based mode. Maybe. Shag says give it a Fracture event with its release. They very well could. You never know, right? That's how it kind of feels like we're going right now. But yeah, anything's possible. I wouldn't put it past them. Go ahead.
I'm still a lot logistically trying to think of how to make S&D work in Halo in my head. Mm-hmm. I would think it would almost have to be on a map, like the first one that we had for Last Spartan Standing. I forget the name of it. But that
big? For almost. A 4v4?
Because you do need routes and areas to go.
Sure.
Maybe scaled down a little bit.
Maybe this is where Forge maps would have to come into play.
Yeah, I think so.
As long as it's functioning, that's the problem.
Do you have a faster time to kill or same time?
I
to
want
kill?
Same. That was one of my problems with Breakout, is that you died too quickly, in my opinion. Again, that's just my opinion, right? Other people may have liked the time to kill in Breakout when it was originally introduced, but me personally, I was taken aback by how you would die much quicker in Breakout.
Right.
I felt like you weren't able to play your life better because you would die so quickly.
And I'm also curious too, where does that leave us with like loadouts? Because Search and Destroy, you have your ARs who sit in back, watch over those long areas, those open fields, and you have the SMGs that push and get into corridors and things like that.
We're talking about Call of Duty right now, folks.
Call of Duty, yeah. But if you bring that to if you bring it to Halo with everyone with the BR, it's all long range fights. There'll be no intensity. It'll all be like who can spot who first, and then you just have standoffs of people sitting long range.
And I think that's another issue of Halo not being okay. Hear me out here when I say this, because I can already see people coming at me when I say this. But Halo Infinite is not a role-based shooter. And what I mean by that is, like in a Call of Duty, you have your ARs, you have your SMGs, whatever it may be, right? And you have roles in that game from a competitive standpoint. Where in Halo, it was all about same starts. And you may have a player that fits a specific playing style role on your team, but there are not those specific roles like a Call of Duty. So I feel if you say loadout, everybody's going to be like, whoa, well, this is not reach. This is not 4. Let's calm the fuck down. But no, that's not necessarily the point.
Because then, I mean, we don't have an SMG currently. That's something that could come.
So here, okay, you know what? I can't believe I'm going to fucking say this. Then, dare I say, as much as I fucking hate it from a competitive start standpoint, and I know it's not the competitive starting weapon, but let's just say that they start with the sidekick, and then you have pickups on the map to quote unquote fit that role. Because I remember in Breakout originally, right? In Breakout originally, you'd start with a pistol, but granted, pistol was the starting competitive weapon, but that's besides the point. You would start with a pistol, and then you would have a BR on like a top ramp, or whatever. You may have an AR spawn on one of the pillars on the bottom of the map, depending upon what map it is.
Yeah.
So you could have weapons spawn on both sides, equal spawns, both sides, so every player has the same opportunity to get it. Maybe you have a singular power weapon in the middle, whatever it is, right? Or power up.
Actually, no power up or weapons at all.
Sure, fuck it. That's fine. It's just you start off with a sidekick, so you're still viable in a fight, because if you pace your shots, it's still a deadly weapon. But if you want to be at a more advantageous situation, we already know how powerful the AR is, especially at close range, and we know how powerful the BR is to medium to long range.
I'm going to take that a step further and add, maybe we get, DMR leaks.
Sure.
That could be your long range weapon. You have like a DMR, a BR, an AR, and an SMG that spawn in front.
Right. Absolutely. There's the possibilities are like endless. They're infinite. There it is. Back again.
There'd be a lot of logistics that need to be worked out with this. But
yeah, absolutely. I think it can be a possibility.
Do you think attrition was their kind of first step into the round-based mode that they think would work within Halo? That's what it kind of feels like.
Yeah, I think it was a test. There are a lot of people out there who say that was a test for a BR, and I could see that too, because there are a lot of mechanics as in a battle royale. You have the enclosing circle, you have a revive mechanic for your team, whatever it may be. So I could definitely see it being the case as well, but I like a round-based mode, especially coming into a competitive aspect. And it doesn't have to be. What's up, Lando? Welcome. Thank you for the follow, by the way. The thing for me is that this doesn't need to be a situation where we're looking at a Counter-Strike, we're looking at a Valorant, where that is the only game type in the competitive landscape. You have your staples in Halo, you have your staples in COD. This could be a rendition of an Assault. This could be a rendition of an Extraction if they decide to bring that back. What I've come to learn is that a lot of people love the core staple modes, and there are a lot of people out there that want something new, right?
Yeah.
And from the looks of it, 343 are like, how do we make a happy medium out of this? Okay, let's take a staple mode that people love, and let's tweak it for hopefully the better. And Oddball was the prime example of that, the perfect example of that. Where, in my opinion, I think Oddball is the best it's ever been. Making it round-based, how the timers work out, I think it worked out perfectly.
It doesn't get too steamrolly.
No, it's like they fixed it. And then with King of the Hill, I think it needs a little more time as players play it and whatnot. But right now, I'd say I'm liking what I see. My only complaint really when watching competitive King of the Hill matches is the amount of sound that is happening.
Oh, like the hill noise.
Yes, that's kind of my, just from a watching standpoint. Like when you're playing it, you're probably not paying attention to it, but like when watching it, it's just annoying to me.
I guess if we're picking on King of the Hill, the design of the outside of the hill. When
it's too bright.
Yeah,
way too fucking bright.
Sometimes you can't see through it or whatever may be going on there. Anyway.
Beth says, I'd rather they nerf the BR, keep that as the starting weapon. I will die on that hill that a pistol should never be a starting weapon in any video game. Beth, I'm with you, but that's a discussion for another time. Then have the AR, DMR, etc. as pickups like you described. See, but here's so Beth, I love the idea of never having a pistol be the starting weapon because I'm with you. But I'm afraid that if they reduce the damage of the BR, we already know what they did to the Mangler. Or not even the Mangler. We know what they did to Melee. Right? It doesn't sound like they're able to do... Now, granted, this is one example, so maybe they could do something different. But, like, from the one example we have, they reduce damage from everything. They couldn't just do it to the Mangler. You know? So if my worry is that, let's nerf the BR, well, it sounds like they wouldn't be able just to nerf the singular weapon. They'd have to nerf the entire sandbox around it. But I don't know. That's pure speculation. I'm just being an asshole right now. And then Beth says, never thought I'd enjoy Oddball or King of the Hill, but they went and fixed them, and now those are two of my top 3 favorite modes in Infinite. Slayer will forever be number 1 for me personally. Beth, we are a very small breed where we like Slayer. Because you ask basically any pro or anyone, they don't like that at all. But again, another discussion for another day. So yeah, to put a bow on this, hopefully they add something in the future. It sounds like something was in the works at a very early stage, according to Baby J. So hopefully they're still looking at it, working on it, and we see something in the future because it'd be really fucking cool. Yeah. Next up, Twitch drops for the HCS Mexico Regional, which are happening this very weekend. I would say we do a pre-show for it, but Will, who do you think's going to win?
No idea.
Pittsburgh Knights.
It's Pittsburgh Knights.
Yeah, it's going to be Pittsburgh Knights. Good luck to all the other teams, though, obviously. But if you watch on Friday through Sunday, you watch for a total of 2 hours between Friday and Sunday, you will earn the Hammerhead Squadron coding for the Scorpion tank, obviously. And then if you watch for 2 hours cumulatively during Saturday and Sunday, you will earn the Hammerhead Squadron coding for the Rakshashashasha armor. So, core, I mean.
I actually do like this Scorpion coding, just that it's not... It looks like something that would be in Halo.
Sure. Yeah.
Not like a bright something or other.
Yeah. To me, it looks a little bland, but it is what it's free. So who fucking cares?
Yeah, there you go.
And then also, if you watch during the grand finals for an hour, you will get the boots on the ground charm.
Put a little boot on your gun.
You can put a boot on your gun. Holy hot damn. Who knows? Maybe for Orlando, we'll get a glove. You know?
A glove?
Hey, you're getting a boot here. I don't know, man. All right. An update on HaloDotAPI. This is by HaloDotAPI. This is a couple different articles here. And then Halo Data Hive as well provided a little update to their situation that they've got going on. So, first up, since announcing the shutdown of HaloDotAPI on June 30th, we've seen an outpouring of community support that has blown us away. We wanted to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. It's truly encouraging to see how passionate the Halo community is. The update we want to share with you is this. Microsoft has let us know that compliance and policy issues should not be a blocker. However, 343 Industries has indicated that they are still unable to work with us. We would ask folks to be respectful of 343 Industries' decision. There are many stakeholders involved in decision-making processes, and we suspect working with an external vendor for services not directly impacting core gameplay is not typical. In light of this, and in an attempt to support the community, we are introducing paid subscriptions in an effort to reach a minimum threshold for sustainability of the API as it currently exists. Our target is $10,000 USD per month in subscriptions and donations. If we can reach this goal by July 31st, we will be able to sustain HaloDotAPI. 343 Industries has indicated that they'd like a Halo API to be built in-house and official, and we agree with that assessment. So we're either available to work with them to deliver that or help people migrate once it's delivered. But until that happens, this is the most sustainable solution we can propose. If you'd like to support us, you can subscribe at the link they include. Donations are tracked live on the main page. We'd also ask that you continue to spread the word on social media with hashtag SaveHalo.API. So, working with 343 Industries and Halo. To be as clear as possible with regards to the ongoing situation, We have spoken to Xbox Game Studios and Microsoft, who have indicated that they are willing to help with all compliance and policy issues, meaning that there are no blockers upstream. That's awesome. However, the ball is ultimately in 343 Industries' court on working with us. Currently, the stance from the studio is that they are not willing to finance our services and roadmap as currently proposed. We have been in communication with them since December 2021. We have communicated that we are flexible and willing to work with 343 Industries in a way that they think would be most productive to keep HaloDotAPI alive and service both Halo and the community. We would like to accelerate Halo's web and developer roadmap. Unfortunately, it still seems unlikely that there is a short-term solution to working directly with 343 Industries. Our understanding is that this is simply a resource and prioritization problem. We want the community to understand this is a reasonable position for 343 Industries to take. Very few studios invest significantly in their web and developer communities, and outsourcing that work is another ordeal entirely. While it's common for enterprise software companies to hire API and developer experience consultants as well as employ entire teams to do this work, what we are suggesting to 343 Industries is a new business motion entirely when it comes to the gaming industry. Sustaining HaloDotAPI via the community. Since we announced the shutdown on June 30th, the community's outpouring of support has been unreal. We have seen the hashtag save HaloDotAPI and related messages shared thousands of times on social media. A few companies and many individuals have reached out offering their support. But a top question has been, how much do you need to keep the API running? Our first response to that question was, too much to ask the community for. Given the magnitude of community support, we think it's best to be as transparent as possible. To maintain HaloDotAPI, we need a minimum of $10,000 USD a month in subscriptions and donation revenue. If you're wondering about the target, we explain it a bit further down in this post. You can subscribe and track community subscription growth by going to the main HaloDotAPI page. Subscribe to HaloDotAPI. You can click there, obviously. And you need an AutoCode account, but it's free. Pricing tiers. Pricing tiers are available for immediate subscription, but there are some points. Limits may be adjusted as we receive community feedback and get closer to our revenue targets. To give people time to adjust, free tier rate limits will be formally imposed as of Monday, July 18th. So that's already taken place. And all paid tier limits are unlimited until August 1st, at which point they will be imposed. Here is the tier list. Rookie is free, and you get access to a limited set of endpoints, and you can make 50 API calls an hour. Okay? So basically, all of these tiers, except the supporter tier, realistically speaking, because you're actually giving them money at that point, all of these tiers include API calls. If you are not a developer utilizing their API, you do not need to worry about how many calls you can make to their API per hour. It is not meant for you. Okay? You are just helping them monetarily at that point. So the supporter tier is $7 a month. The grunt tier is $15 a month with 200 API calls an hour. And you get access to players' matches, players' appearance, and metadata endpoints. Jackal's $35 a month. What's up, Vicious? How's it going? Yoski indeed, broski. And Vicious, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciated. Welcome. You get access to match stats endpoints, service record endpoints, and you can join their beta program along with everything else. Elite is $95 a month for 2,000 calls an hour. And then you also get player presence endpoint. And then Master Chief is $450 a month, making 10,000 plus calls an hour. And you get everything previously mentioned. So why $10,000 a month? Because that's a fucking, when you're looking at that from a general standpoint, that's a staggering number, right? And you're asking to reach that by the end of a month that had just started.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, oh, what the fuck? Our infrastructure costs to maintain HaloDotAPI as it currently exists are in the low thousands. However, HaloDotAPI is not our core business. AutoCode generates revenue primarily by selling app development and hosting tools, where we are a top solution for building custom Discord, Twitch, Slack bots, and more. When we think about the cost of maintaining HaloDotAPI, we have to think about TCO, total cost of ownership, which includes employee salaries, maintenance, and upkeep. Anytime we are not spending on revenue-generating efforts is unfortunately not long-term sustainable. As a startup, we run a tight ship. We have invested a lot of time, money, and energy to get Halo.API where it is today. As explained in our last blog post, we did this because we love the franchise and continue to believe wholeheartedly that gaming web and developer communities are deeply undervalued and underinvested in by game studios. We don't regret the decision. We hope that regardless of the outcome with Halo.API specifically, that studios see the impact here and decide to start making developer tools a core competency. We think the first studios that truly do so will have a significant competitive advantage in core player engagement and retention. But I don't use Halo API, but I want to support you. How do I do that? We may work in paid tiers for our overlays and more into Halo.API subscriptions. If you would like to and can afford to support us, we would still recommend subscribing. So again, you don't need to utilize the API calls per hour. You can still support them monetarily if you so choose. But what happens if you don't reach the $10,000 a month threshold? So we will do our absolute best to get the word out and make this sustainable. In the case we don't reach it, in support by July 31st, we will reassess next steps ahead of time and make a formal announcement. We are taking this a day at a time. This is a new experience for us in the Halo community, and we will do our best to manage expectations. It should be clear in the next couple of weeks what the appetite for community support looks like. And then, obviously, a thank you as well, and that was from Keith Horwood and Alexis Blaze. Or Alexis Biz. Or Biz? I apologize. Now, introducing subscription goals. This came out a couple days later. Again, by Halo.API. Extending the lifespan of Halo.API. We have set the following goals. $1,000 a month. The API lifespan will be extended to August 15th. So if they make $1,000 by the end of July, they will extend the support to August 15th. If they get $3,000, it'll be extended to August 31st. If they get $7,000, it'll be extended to September 21st. I would imagine by the end of the month, actually, but regardless. $10,000 a month. The API is sustained indefinitely. Okay, so if they make 10 grand, it'll be sustained indefinitely. Thanks to the amazing Halo.API community, we have already reached a total of 20 subscribers, or $544 a month. Halfway to our first goal. While $10,000 a month of subscriptions and donations is still a primary goal in order to reach sustainability and allow us to maintain and grow our API offerings, we recognize that getting there will not happen overnight. We wanted to properly acknowledge the community's outpouring of support as well as grant everyone more time to build momentum around our campaign. But we've also received several questions about what will happen if we're unable to reach our goal. In this case, we would cancel and refund your subscriptions. So that was one of my biggest questions. If they don't reach their goal, what's going to happen to that money? And they will give it back. For a full rundown on the total cost of ownership and why we've set our $10,000 goal, you can read our previous update at the link they provide. We've already talked about it. And then they're going to start enforcing rate limits as outlined in the subscription tier. And that's already talked about. And then again, another thank you note. And as of right now, they have reached, let me reload right now, as a matter of fact. They have reached $601 out of the $1,000 that they're trying to reach by the end of the month at least. So there's that. And if you want to show your support, you can obviously do so by going to the website included in the link in the Google Doc that shows the show. Because it would fucking suck if they were gone. Speaking of which, here's HaloDotAPI. This is what they had to say. HaloDotAPI makes 4,100 requests per hour to the API currently. With the introduction of subscription plans to use the API, that will require me to purchase the $450 a month option. This is a price I cannot afford, which means I will most likely be closing HaloDotAPI down. I could change how the scrim stats are gathered to try and make that more efficient and fall into the $2,000 calls per hour price subscription, but it's not something I have the time to do at the moment. And then another update. Tomorrow is the day. This has already taken place. HaloDotAPI will currently no longer track HCS stats until I finish updating the code to reduce the number of calls to the API to try to fall into a lower price subscription. I'm hoping that it won't take too long, but the weather is finally good in Ireland right now. Also, looking up service records will not work, so sorry for the inconvenience. So there you go. That's just proof in the pudding right there. That this is going to be one example of something shutting down that the community utilizes every single day and frankly needs. And it might just be completely shut down, depending upon what he's able to do to try to sustain it. Depending upon what HaloDotAPI is able to do to raise to sustain their stuff. It just sucks. It really sucks, especially from our side of the community, the competitive side. But it's funny because while, what am I trying to say here? While sadness looms on the horizon, I guess I'll just say, I was going to say danger, but I don't think it's dangerous. While sadness looms on the horizon for HaloDotAPI, they released another feature.
I thought this was funny.
Yeah. So introducing the first Halo Infinite online game mode creator. From Slayer to Land Grab, create, customize, and publish your game modes from your web browser faster than ever. So yeah, that's fucking cool. And you can do that right now.
It's interesting.
It's crazy.
Why?
Why not? Oh. Shag says, this seems like a very poor business decision on Microsoft's part. That's chump change for them. But that's the thing, right? Is that it's not solely on Microsoft. It's on 343 is what that blog post sounds like. Now, I'm not saying that 343 can't pay for it. I don't think there's a problem with them necessarily paying for it because I think 10 grand is also a drop in the bucket for 343. Then again, I could be talking out of my ass. I think there's more to it. There's a lot more involved. And as HaloDotAPI, as they talked about in that last blog post, it's not just a simple thing that they can introduce. It's a completely different business practice that they'd have to take on. And there's a lot of logistics that go into that, a lot of probably legalese that need to go into that as well, that they just don't have the time or the resources to devote to it right now. And I can sit here all day, Shag, and I agree that this should have been something that was introduced in the game day one. You had it in 5. Why the hell don't you have it in Infinite? I'm with you. I'm with everybody on that front. It's just, it's not how it shaped up. And it's unfortunate, but it is the way that it is. And we can only hope that 343 create an API of their own in-house. It's a big undertaking themselves. And we get this fucking ball rolling. Because it sucks. I complain about it all the time that you literally cannot see your match history on Waypoint. It doesn't exist. Like if I want to go back and view a ranked game that I played, I cannot do that on Waypoint. I can't see what the enemy's kills, assists. I can't see what my team's kills and assists. I can't see anything. None of that exists on there. My best bet would be do a spreadsheet like you're doing. I don't know if you're keeping up with it.
No, I stopped that.
Okay, well, either way, you started making a spreadsheet, or take a screenshot after the game's completed. Do I want to do that every time? No. I want to be able to have a one-stop shop and find that information on a website created and maintained by the developer of the video game that I'm playing. It's asinine to me that we still don't have that. And that's why it sucks that I have to sit here and say that I wish it wasn't the case, but it is the case. And I really hope that it does get introduced later on down the line. Because this is another one of those instances where, where we went from a Halo 4 or a Reach to a 5. And you had all those playlists in Reach and 4, and we had barely any in 5. We didn't have BTB at the launch of 5, whatever it may be. This is another one of those situations to me where we had this before. Why don't we have this now? Now, clearly, there's a lot of things that happened during the development cycle of this game, and not everything's been revealed yet. right? As to why things didn't go the way that it was planned out to be. So all we can hope is that things get fixed in the future and that an API gets developed, and then we can look back at this moment and be like, hey, remember when? Just be another one of those moments. That's it for the competitive news. Your upcoming tournaments of the week presented by noobcombo.com. Check out noobcombo.com for all your Halo esports needs. Daily tournaments, First Blood and Z League. On Wednesday, July 20th, that's today, we have the Wild Wild West Wednesdays 2v2. On Friday, July 22nd to Sunday, July 24th, we have the HCS Mexico Regional Mexico City event. Pittsburgh Knights will more than likely win that thing outright. Saturday, July 23rd, we have the Europa Halo Summer Series Open number 2 and the Over-Under Halo Infinite 2v2 tournament and the Midsummer Mayhem. Hey, Mayhem. Hey. Halo CE 4v4 tournament. And then on Sunday, July 24th, we have the HCS North American Super Qualifier. And that's it for the upcoming tournaments of the week, presented by noobcombo.com. Check out noobcombo.com for all your Halo esports needs. And maybe, just maybe, buy some of Maddie's merch. Will.
Yeah.
What do we got next? Rostermania!
Just one piece here. Rami officially signed to Fnatic.
Yes, he did.
And a Fnatic tweeted, HCS update, we're excited to announce the newest member of Fnatic Halo, Rami. After successfully trialing following his departure from SSG, Rami will join the team as we push towards the online super. Welcome to the Black and Orange, Abel. There, that's it. So, another move being solidified finally.
Yeah.
Still have a lot of question marks out there of where players will actually land and be confirmed. But we'll just have to wait and see on what's going on.
So the whole rumored phase roster, right?
Yep.
My question is, so it sounds like it's all but confirmed at this point. Again, we're not here to speculate on what may or may not be. And we've said it multiple times. If that team is actually for real, then that's a very scary team on paper.
Could be, yeah.
Absolutely. So here's my thinking. What's up, Winkler? Welcome back. What a wonderful day for you. Here's my thinking. How do we think the teams are going to be solidified by the time the Super rolls around? Because the qualifiers this weekend.
Maybe not the Super, but they have to be by Orlando, right?
I would assume. So I've been thinking about this consistently over the past week or two because it's consistently came up in the show and outside discussions, right?
Yeah.
And I've talked about what if organizations waited till after the first year once contracts are up and then maybe there's not a lot of hassle to deal with and players can basically go where they want to go or get re-signed, contracts are reworked, whatever it may be, right? To me, it sounds like it'd be less of a hassle. On the flip side, and this is something that I thought about recently, but at the same time, I'm still paying my players a salary and they may not even play.
Yeah.
So, and if I'm a business owner, why would I want to waste money on players that aren't even going to play? Right? Now, then you have the point of, well, teams have the ability to play with 3/4 of their roster. So let's say that the Cloud9 and FaZe situation where Renegade appears to be on this yet to be confirmed FaZe roster, Bound appears to be on this yet to be confirmed Cloud9 completed roster. What if we have a situation where FaZe is not willing to let go of Bound at this time. Cloud9 is not willing to let go of Renegade at this time, and there's not an agreement between both organizations to loan out the players to the respective teams. What if we have that situation? Well, at least in Cloud9's sense, as long as you have 3/4 of your roster and Renegade doesn't want to play with you, then fucking go get Joe Schmo and have fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're going to get Joe Schmo off the street, but like they have the opportunity. They are in a point where as long as your other 3 players are willing to play and everything's good there, then you can pick somebody up and go compete. If that agreement isn't made or if the trade isn't confirmed, whatever it may be. This is all speculation at this point because nothing's been fucking said.
Yeah. So roster lock for Worlds is essentially, because it's an invitation, right?
Yeah.
It's essentially the team you competed with at Orlando is your lock. So they're going to have to figure it out by...
You keep going with your point. I'm going to look this up real quick while you go with your point.
I just looked at it. I just had it up. So teams are just going to have to figure it out by Orlando. That's what I was...
That's what you're getting at?
Yeah.
That's... Because it would really fucking suck if the top teams weren't competing because of like shitty situations, because of roster negotiations and shit like that. You know what I mean?
So here it is. When do rosters lock? For pool play and travel coverage teams by 6 p.m. Eastern on Monday, September 5th. It says if teams earned travel coverage via the Orlando Major, they must retain the same roster they used in Orlando.
Okay.
Yep. And then it says Halo World Champion teams are required to maintain the same roster from the Orlando Major, in brackets on the bottom.
Okay.
So basically it's, if you're one of the 20 teams invited, your roster has to be the same from Orlando.
Yep.
So
regardless if you earn travel coverage from Orlando, if you are a Halo World Championship team, you're required to maintain that same roster from Orlando.
It's kind of muddled the way they say it.
Yeah.
Because it says roster lock September 5th, but that is because Orlando Major takes place September 23rd through the 25th.
Right.
So it's already... So September 5th, we will know our World's teams. Essentially.
Yeah. Yep. That's just over a month.
Yeah, figure this shit out.
Yep, just over a month to get contracts signed, trades negotiated, whatever it may be. So, who knows? All I'll say is, if FaZe are going to make an announcement, I imagine it's going to be soon-ish. Because I understand why it wouldn't be today, because today was the announcement that they are now a publicly traded company.
Yeah, that would
on the New York Stock Exchange. So, what?
I got to look it up. I'm curious.
Like them, trading?
Yeah, what is it going for? What does it look like?
I was going to say, I think it dropped to like $9 or $8 shortly after they opened.
I mean, that's pretty good because I remember looking at Ford stock like in the pandemic. It was only like $4.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. But no, stocks initially have a little bit of a drop off after the initial IPO. So yeah, we'll see where things land. Good for them. Obviously, we'll talk about more in Con of the Games Watch, but there's that. I just really hope that roster finalizations are made sooner rather than later, because then we can finally lay to rest all the speculation. We can start actually paying more attention to scrims. Not that scrims necessarily mean anything, because they don't. But who knows? Who knows? All right.
If you are curious, it opened at 1307.
Yep.
Went up to 1350. and then proceeded to drop.
What's it close at?
It closed at like 983.
Okay.
And it's this app I have has kind of like a what it's doing overnight.
Yeah, yep.
So right now it's sitting at 979. So it's even dropped a little bit since close.
Just remember,
But
folks.
it went back up. This is not advice for stock market. I have to say that.
The only thing I'm going to say
numbers
is the golden rule. Buy low, sell high.
That's what you normally hear, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. Otherwise, you're literally losing money. It's just whether or not you know when things are going to be low or high. That's the other thing. Beth says, Spartan has had the Book of Spartan Chapter 2 progress thing in his bio the last couple days. I'm assuming if he's on that phase roster, that's kind of a countdown to that announcement. Yeah, it makes sense. And we saw the tweet as well. Why the fuck did I forget to put that in the show notes? I knew I fucking forgot something. So yeah, I mean, still, we're technically in Rostermania. So if we go to Spartan's Twitter profile,
all over the place today.
It says the Book of Spartan Chapter 2 download is currently in progress, 50% complete. And then on July 15th, so 5 days ago, he said initiate next chapter.exe. Now, how fucking hilarious would it be if he's not actually signed to FaZe? And he's signed to a different organization entirely. I know that's not the fucking case. Like, let's be real. But how funny would that be? Introducing the next chapter of Spartan. Hey, I'm off the bench.
Who knows? Who knows what's going on?
I'm back with the United, guys. Just kidding. Too soon?
No.
No?
Yes, kind of. Well, we don't know.
I mean, you're their number one biggest fan. So.
No, not.
I'm kidding. I have the same jersey. That's good.
I was rooting for them during that KCP series in Kansas City.
Oh, yeah, you were.
I was planted in the middle of the sea of KCP fans.
Yes, you were.
Wearing this jersey.
Not a home event.
And I wear this with pride now because they won. I sat there.
Yeah.
I cheered. I was the only one cheering for them.
They were a top 3-4 team. Consistently. They were consistently a top 3-4 team. And the reason why they beat KCP is because KCP was a top 5-6 team. Consistently. There's not a knock against them. It's just the facts of what it was at that snapshot in time.
Yeah.
When FaZe was a completed roster, E United were a top 3-4 team, and KCP were a top 5-6 team at that point in time. Now, if FaZe can't figure out a roster, if E United can't figure out a roster, if Cloud9 can't figure out a roster, then KCP are a top 2 team. because who else is left?
You know, to be honest with Worlds though,
yeah,
and even Orlando, it could be all how the bracket shakes out.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And we're probably going to talk about G1 at some point in time. I just don't want, again, expectations, everybody. But that's besides the point. Will, should we get into some tournament and league recaps for the show?
Yeah.
Because this is where I would normally start with scrim recaps, but HaloDotAPI does not currently track them, unfortunately. And it's not a knock against them. It's just what they have to do. So he's working on it. Hopefully things get figured out soon. And we're wishing you the best.
Are the previous scrim results available?
They haven't been for a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah, because this happened earlier in the week, so I haven't been able to see anything that's been going on. But you know what? That's okay. Because all I'll say is this. And I've said it multiple times before. Scrims don't matter. All right. Will, what do we got for the tournament and league recaps of the week?
All right. As Josh said, we have a list here. A long list. So let's start running through them. Halo Rec League free-for-all semifinals results. These are the individuals who qualified for the finals. It is Generic, Spirit of 117, Golden Guy. Oh, he's got 3s after his name. Finisher, Bane, Leaf, Nake HT and Benjo Stark. So we'll see how it all shakes out in the finals. It's hard to gauge with the way the Halo Rec League is set up, how it's really going to go, because we've seen people be able to bust into the points to qualify with it, just competing for a couple weeks, and then maybe they don't show up because that's how it goes. You can sit there and not play after you've gotten your points.
See what happens.
Next tournament, University Halo Chamber League Week 1 results. 4th place was a team called Sussex Sharks. 3rd was Entropy. 2nd, Dubu. And 1st was Leeds Sutton Alliance. Or Satone. I don't know. Close enough. That's what I'm going to go with.
Can I derail for 1 second?
Sure.
Did you watch the trailer for the Game of Thrones spinoff?
No.
Continue.
Jon Snow.
What?
Oh.
No, it's the dragons thing.
That's right.
Yeah. The trailer released today.
Snow is also apparently getting his own show.
No shit. Like, is he in it, or is this like a
this
kid
is like,
thing?
I think it's, I guess I don't know.
I don't know either.
I saw half a picture of his face and half a picture of a wolf. And that's all I saw.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens there.
All right. Sorry to derail. Just popped into my head for some dumbass reason. I don't know.
Next tournament, Knights Arena, monthly Halo Infinite 4v4. And 3rd, 4th was CN and GBX. 2nd went to Pittsburgh Knights, and 1st went to Cloud9.
With Boo Boo Doo. I mean, not Boo, with Bound. Jesus
With
Christ. What's a better team name, Asmar? Big Crim Energy or Crim 6 Posers? I like Big Crim Energy.
I agree.
Like Big Dick Energy, but Crim 6.
Next up, Sauna Duo Draft Tournament results. In 4th place, Pydurf, Durf Lurf, Mo, and Nestlake.
It was Durf.
What's Durf?
Yeah.
I
like Durf Lurf, though. I like
Durf
that. That sounds more fun.
Things are blending together for
I'm
me
sorry.
here.
It's okay.
3rd was Conspiracy. This is okay. I said that wrong. 3rd was a team. There's no team name, so it included Conspiracy, Rails, Furiously, and Aperture. 2nd went to a team that included Dakota, Nikolai, Nira, and M305. And 1st went to Gunplexion, Too Nice, Rob the Turtle, and Stan.
So Stan had a longer name, but it was cut off, so I just named you Stan.
All right, there you go, Stan.
There you go, Stan.
Congrats on that 1st place.
Oh, my God.
Next tournament, Esports Arena, Series E results. In 4th place was The Hand. 3rd was E United ? And this included Ryan Noob, Manny, Rain, and then someone called Like Sauce.
Right, so we don't know who Like Sauce is.
That's a Smurf.
What gave it away? Was it the numbers afterwards?
Like Sauce 626873.
God.
Not at all. No.
No.
No idea. 2nd went to a team called Minions. This included Huss, Nebula, Hativ, and Piggy. I don't even know if I'm saying that right.
It's okay.
Hativ?
I don't know.
1st went to Roku Yukai.
Say the team.
Okay, Falcated, Spartan, Renegade, and Tusk.
Dust. With the tier 1 sub. With the, 26-month resub. You get a woo! Thank you very much, sis. Have you opened the can of worms yet?
No, that's after this.
Oh, you're talking about the topic? Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry. That's coming. There's ever a time for a Josh rant, it's going to be that. Go ahead.
I'm scared.
Don't be.
Next is the HCS FFA series. We'll start with Australia and New Zealand. In 4th place was Berserk. 3rd went to Slays. 2nd went to Plasma. And 1st went to Sways.
Slays and Sways.
Yeah, making top 4.
Yeah.
For Mexico, in 4th place was Sentry. 3rd went to the Deity Sam. 2nd was Nugget. And 1st, Hades. For the EU region, in 4th place was Warlord. 3rd, Warrior O'Neill. 2nd went to Glory GGs. And 1st went to Looney. And then for North America, 4th place was Sheezy. kind of want to say she. Third went to Porky J. Second went to OG Halo Noob. And first went to Kid Nasty 01.
You're 30.
I am 30.
Okay, we don't sheesh.
There you go. Thank you. Next tournament, Europa Halo Summer Series Open number 1. Fourth place went to Hellfire Club. That is a Stranger Things reference. Thank you.
I would not have gotten that.
Wish they would have won. Eastwood, Fireboy, Sticka, and Crucial. Third went to Vex Gaming, Looney, Warlord, Marine, and Kameh.
Man.
Second went to Reclaimer Esports. It's Desire, Millsy, Valkyrie, and Oni. And first went to 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think they could think of a team name.
They won, so it doesn't even matter. You know,
it doesn't matter. It was Kea Deb, Lunny, Hybrid, and Glory GGs. There are a lot of tournaments. Pioneers Community 4v4 is the next one.
Also, it doesn't help that we were 2 days late. I mean, it's not bad that we were. It's just, it adds to it.
Yeah. Again, Pioneers Community 4v4. Third, fourth place teams was the F/A cycle. I don't know if I'm the free agent cycle, maybe.
Yeah.
This was Rhett the Sweat.
Whoa, what the
Raze,
fuck was that?
Serial, and Kyle Groovy. His Uncle Pup.
Whoa, let's okay. What the fuck? Yo,
It's gonna go off for each one.
I'm sorry. Uncle Pumpy with the fucking 5 gifted? What is happening? Yo, thank you so much, bro.
Incredible.
You get a woo ×5. That's so nice. God, what a nice guy. Go ahead, Will. I'm sorry.
All right,
Holy moly. Jesus
Again.
Christ, dude.
The Pioneers Community 4v4. Third, fourth, the free agent cycle. Rhett the Sweat, Raze, Serial, and Kyle Groovy.
Groovy.
CN took third, fourth. It is Guardian, Johan, Magico, and Bullet. Second place team was SAL or Sal. I don't know what they...
I like Sal.
Sal. Just Sal. Furiously Name, JK7, and Gold Star BR. And first went to Timbers Esports. Strikey, Noble, Gambino, and Nugget taking home first place there.
Very nice.
We have, going from the Pioneers community, we have the Knights Arena monthly 4v4. Third, fourth, GBX, which was Snipe Down, Spartan, Renegade, and Falcated. Third, fourth as well was CN, Bullet, Guardian, Johan, and Magico. Second went to Knights, Tapping Buttons, Drift, Pool, and Atso. And first went to Cloud9, Stellar, Eco, Bound, and Penguin.
You're too nice, Uncle. And Martin, welcome. It's good to see you, bud. I hope you enjoyed your trip. From the pictures, it sounds like you did.
Next tournament here is CN's Esports Team Pass Tournament. Reading this, the top two teams qualified.
The top 2 got team passes.
So the top 2 teams that got those passes are Alpha Esports, which is Bad Karma, TU Television, Impacted ASP, and
Flaming?
Flaming. Yeah, it's got to be Flaming, but it's the other team.
Oh, God.
Fun Scenarios, Public Ghosts.
I think that works.
Spady, Levka, Neds, and Neblusi. I don't know. I tried. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Hey, you know what? That's the thing is that you did try. That's all that matters.
Next one, AMD Royal Talent FFA Tournament. In fourth place went to Sentry. Third, Dolan Season. Second, Rich. The first, Gorilla Go.
I'm 100% with you there. Just Rich.
9? Is it 9? Rich? There's
It's Rich.
Names, people, names. You know, Josh, I was thinking the other day. Remember when you used to tell people you'd pay them to change their gamer tag?
Yeah, we're bringing that back.
I was thinking about it. We'd only really pay if they put HPT in front of it.
Ooh, and then they have like old clan tags?
Yeah, and then like bracket, HPT bracket, and then they could pick whatever they wanted.
And you have to keep it for a year. You have to keep it for a year. I'll pay for it if you keep it for a year.
Oh, I just accidentally clicked and scrolled on my laptop. Okay, here we go.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll call it out again. If we have ever called out your gamer tag on this show for having a shitty fucking gamer tag, and you are also upset with your gamer tag,
Also upset.
one time, I will pay to have your gamer tag changed. And yeah, you have to put HPT in front of it.
Ooh. Bets on the table.
I'll do it. $10. Fuck it.
Is it like 15 now?
I thought it was, I don't care.
It might be.
I'll do it.
Got tax on there. 1071. Anyway, next
I'll
tournament.
Venmo you. I'll PayPal you, whatever you want. 10, 15 bucks, whatever it is to pay for it. And we've called your name out on the show for being god awful. One person. Getting those DMs. I'm waiting.
All right. All right, then. Next tournament, BenQ 4v4 tournament. Fourth went to Rise of Gru. This was Mora, Dark Matter, Insight, and Firebird.
Fire!
Third went to
Newspaper. Fire! If anybody got that reference, anyone got that reference.
BenQ 4v4 tournament. Fourth was Rise of Gru. Third, ESA Red, Too Nice, Gunplexion, Nexi, and Stand Paradigm. Second went to Fluctuate with a P in front of it.
Oh my god.
The P silent.
That team name sucks.
It's Elite, Nebula, Piggy, and Huss. And then real ones, King J, Mines, Hadev, and Aperture taken first. All right, on to the HCS Open Series.
We're getting there, Will.
We'll start with Australia, New Zealand. In fourth place was Kit Bash. Scoobmeister.
Scoob.
Shaggy, is this your friend? Scoobmeister?
Oh, yeah, shit.
Lolly, Jack, SNK, whatever that means, and Divinity.
So what we really need to know is, Shaggy, why haven't you teamed up with Scoob? And your team name could be the Mystery Machine.
Oh, that's a good team name.
Right? See, if anybody is looking for team names, just reach out to us. Instead of this 1, 2, 3, 4 bullshit, like fucking be like, hey, HPT guys, what do you think for a team name? The Shitters. All right, send it. You know? I don't know. Go
All
ahead.
right. The Australian New Zealand Open Series for HCS. Third place went to Nuke and Pave. This was Ninjestics, Dino Jr., and Benji. Second went to the Chiefs, Madsy, Slays, Beastin, and Berserk. First went to Divine Mind, Plasma, Rated, Pips, and Sways.
We're just here to help, you know? We're just here to help the community. Whether that be assisting you in paying for your gamer tag be fucking changed or helping you choose a team name. We're here. Shag says, no, but Lando and Vicious are my teammates. The team question mark podcast is Third Eye Gaming. The team question mark?
Maybe it's supposed to be the team. I don't know.
I don't know either. And Peter Ben, thank you for the follow.
Thank you.
Greatly appreciated. Continue.
HCS EU Open Series.
Can I guess who won? Wait, I can look at it. I already know who won. Go ahead.
Fourth went to Blackhand. Third went to Quadrant. Second went to Navi. First went to Ascend. If you don't know the team names, go to the Google Doc, find it.
Now, it should be said that Navi did take Ascend to a second best of 5 game 5.
Yes, I did watch that. That was
so
fun.
Ascend were close to losing, but are Ascend ever really close to losing? Really though?
Good question. HCS free-for-all series for Australia and New Zealand. Fourth went to Ryu. Third went to Bro Jared. Second went to Sways. And first went to Madsy.
If a tree falls in the forest and nobody's around to hear it, does it actually make a sound? Yes, it does. Don't be a fucking idiot.
What?
It makes a sound. Go ahead.
Where did that come from?
Does Ascend ever get close to losing? Does a tree, when a tree falls in the forest so nobody's around to hear it, does it make a sound? Yeah.
HCS FFA series for Mexico. Fourth went to Perfo. Third went to Dark Killer. Second went to Gorilloko, and first went to Johan MC.
That's right, Dust. Just wait. Hot take's still coming, baby.
Free-for-all series for EU. Fourth went to Shad. Third went to MC versus Arbiter. Second SLG and first for Legend. FFS series for North America. Fourth went to Porky J. Third went to Fictum. Second to Deedle. And first went to Matthias 8331.
Very nice. And Shag, congratulations on the upgraded PC.
Esports Arena Series E results. Third went to X-Rated. This was Burton Hativ and Mortality. Second went to Fnatic, Super ZC, Rami, Septify, and Joey Hoey. Great name. First went to Roku Yukai. This was Falcated, Renegade, Spartan, and Snipe Down.
Potential phase, basically.
Potential phase.
Yes.
Last but not least,
You made it.
Louis V Titans Money Tuesday results.
Wait, wait. You meant to say Louis V Titans Money Tuesday. Go ahead.
Okay. 2v2 undercard, Mighties, and So Snaky. Last Spartan standing winner was Druck.
With an insane couple plays to end it, by the way. An insane couple plays to end it. He spawned, so since the circle was enclosed, I think this was on Fragmentation as well, he spawned outside, like, out the ring, so he was being consistently damaged, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And he had grapple, and he swung in and just annihilated them. It was
Did you
awesome.
Notice the new changes where all the drop pods aren't power-ups?
Correct. They now can be equipment as well.
Yeah.
And also starting weapon is Disruptor. They updated that too, so it's no longer Sidekick.
Wasn't it Disruptor Sidekick?
No. Now it's just Disruptor.
Oh.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Nah.
So.
And then the 4v4 main event, Pioneers.
Handily too.
Who did they play?
Fnatic. Yeah. No offense to the players on that team. It's just
Fnatic hasn't been competitive to the level of Pioneers all year.
Right. Fnatic haven't been competitive to a 5-6 placing like Pioneers have. There you go.
All right.
You're amazing as well, Mark. Get better as quickly as you possibly can. Get some rest. We love you.
All right. That's it for all the league recaps, tournament league recaps we have.
And the hot takes and the off the rails. All that fun shit. Because we're not here to have fun anymore. Instead, let's get to our topic. A discussion around gaming negativity and harassment. Okay. I'm going to read through these two sections that I have added to the show notes, and then I'm going to get to a discussion, not just within overall gaming, but within the Halo community in general. Because a buddy, coworker, Dom, he came over to my desk today. Will, are you looking that up for Peter? Peter, we're finding it out for you real quick. I'm sorry, I just don't have it off the top of my head, but we're getting it for you. Don't worry. So Dom came over to my desk today and he was talking about it, and he'd actually mentioned it first about how it really is disheartening to go online and consistently and every single time seeing something negative being said about Infinite or Halo in general. It really does not make me interested in the game. And I'm like, it's really funny you say that. It's really funny you say that because that's literally what our topic is kind of around this week. And that was before he even knew what it was. And it's funny that he comes up to me and we're talking about that and how true that is. But it's not just about being negative towards the game. It's about the harassment that is sent towards people of the studio, of other studios, of publishers, of community, whatever it may be. So let's talk about it. First up, Destiny 2 dev harassment has directly led to less communication from Bungie. This is by Paul Tassi of Forbes. Yesterday, a Destiny 2 player made the suggestion of a weekly PvP chat where Bungie talks with members of the community about the issues facing the mode and players give an input on what can be changed. In a perfect utopia, this sounds just fine. But in the real world, in the gaming industry that currently exists, it's hard to imagine such a thing happening without massive amounts of toxicity, and the conversation eventually led Bungie to confirm what's been clear for a while now. That dev harassment has directly led to more strained communication between the studio and its fans, when previously they might have been more open. Community manager DMG had this to say about the current situation, which encompasses both the Destiny 2 community, but is also part of a larger industry trend. Quote, I dream of a day where video game developers from any studio can openly discuss their work without being harassed. Many in the comments say they do not condone harassment. I hope they also stand against it when they find that friends or family are engaging in it. Cases of harassment against our developers have actively made it harder for us to communicate with the broader community. It has impacted more studios than just ours. I hope that more folks can stand against this behavior in any community, whether it be gaming related or other, end quote. The straw that appears to have broken the camel's back in Destiny's case was a few weeks back when normally extremely chatty Sandbox lead Kevin Yanes confirmed that Twilight Garrison, a Destiny 1 exotic, would never return with its Titan Air dash. This led to a lot of anger and, yes, outright harassment, which caused Yanes to leave Twitter, outside of sporadic retweets of political causes he cares about. This was against the wider landscape of escalating dev harassment in lots of spaces. The most prominent story being women devs at Sony Santa Monica being sent explicit images because they were not yet sharing the release date of God of War Ragnarok, which caused the studio to issue a, quote, don't harass our employees, end quote, statement. I'm unfortunately not sure what the ultimate answer is here, because I've been in the gaming community long enough to know that eradicating harassment, especially in a community millions large like Destiny's, is a tall order. DMG is right in saying the community leaders should stand up against harassment, and I've seen them do just that, though those community leaders are themselves harassed by some of the same toxic people. It feels somewhat nihilistic to say, but I wonder if there's any way to truly, quote, solve, end quote, this. At this point, I have to agree that certain conversations are simply destined to be too toxic to be productive, like some sort of weekly back and forth about the state of PvP, which includes probably the most hostile portions of the whole community. I very much enjoy interacting with Bungie devs on Twitter and elsewhere, but at this point it's hard to blame them from shying away from it, as dealing with waves of angry players all day from one rogue word or one misinterpreted tweet is not part of their job description. As ever, I can just say be better. Though at this point, I do wonder who I'm able to reach here. And then from Joe Hobbs of Ubisoft, he said the following. As a game dev, releasing a game should be the most exciting part. But social media and general gamer entitlement make it a horrid experience from any of us who are public about what games we're involved in. I've received death threats in the past over Division 2. It's unacceptable. The ridiculous part is gamers complain that game devs don't communicate with them, but you know what happens when we do? Destiny 2's recent issues are one example. Then there's fix the game, telling an artist to fix matchmaking, and so on. The harassment that game developers receive is utterly disgusting, and I see it in the comments of most devs who say pretty much anything. A few months back, a guy posted about his mother being sick, and half the comments were get back to work and fix the game. So sure, they want us to be open and communicative, but look what happens when we do. Do any of us who aren't paid to deal with that, community managers, want to go anywhere near it? No. On social media, a lot of game devs won't even say what they do because they're scared of backlash, or just working for a specific company or on a popular game like Call of Duty or Apex, etc. Streamers and content creators that thrive on a reaction content and overreacting to things for views make things a lot worse. They have big audiences that whip them into a frenzy, then direct them at the developers, saying how bad the devs are, etc., and then wonder why they won't interact with them. Those are real people with day jobs like everyone else, and we don't need that bullshit. Sure, a lot of it comes to a complete and utter ignorance of how games are made, the time it takes, the processes involved so you don't break the game trying to change something so Bob can correctly loot his new COD piece. So, said multiple times in the show, said it, I can't even count how many times we've said it, where we have our tagline of don't be a shitter, right? I've said multiple times to people in the community that if you want to voice your concerns and your feedback, do it constructively and respectfully. And clearly there are a lot of people that take it too far. There's a reason why, and I'm not going to say I don't mean to do this because I do directly mean to do this, hence why I'm doing it. There's a reason why I called out the chat of the LVT stream when they interviewed Tashi for being toxic, for being for being childish, to being mean. And it wasn't everyone, but there were a lot of folks in there that were acting like that. And the reason why I brought it up is because it's unacceptable. And things should be put in place to prevent that from happening. I get that you can't plug every hole. I understand that. But more work needs to be done. And it's not just that example. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because it was a more recent one within our community. The fact of the matter is, yeah, if I see shit happening, I'm going to call it out, plain and simple. Because the thing that really irks me is that I don't want people to feel as though, oh, if I scream and shout at someone, things are going to change. Now, one may look at a Spartan situation and see that sometimes when he bitches out loud, some things do change. But I want people to know that it's not directly because of him. And the way he went about it is the wrong way. And again, it's not just him. And he said that he is working on changing, and that is fantastic, and I wish him the best. This just fucking sucks. I hate seeing it every single day. I hate seeing online, and I get it's the internet. I hate seeing online every single day, whether it be a Reddit thread, whether it be a Twitter thread, whatever the fuck it may be, where people are just going off, and I see it in Twitch chats, and they're like, 343 are a fucking disaster. They need to fix their game. This game sucks. I can't believe Forge isn't a thing yet. Why don't we have all these things that should have been there from day one? The devs are incompetent. Whatever. Okay? Or people screaming into, not even the void, but screaming at other people online who is not even their job to deal with any of that. And going back on the community manager thing. Yes, as a community manager, you are to be the voice of the community and to interact with them, gather their feedback, so on and so forth. But a community manager's job, or anybody within the community team of a developer, of a publisher, whatever it may be, it should not be in their job description to have to deal with the shit that they have to deal with on a daily basis. Not because it's part of their job, but just because it's the nature of the internet. It's the nature of people being assholes. They should not have to deal with that. Plain and simple. If you're outright sending threats, sending harassment to anybody, it can be a person of the community. It can be a developer. It can be an artist. It can be a designer. Anyone. Of a developer, a publisher, whatever. It doesn't have to be in-game. It can be outside. Anything. Then you can truly go fuck yourself. I understand people's frustrations. I've been frustrated countless times. There are things I'm still frustrated about with the game. But yelling at someone, threatening someone, is not going to change that. It's not going to make things go faster. It's not doing anything except making you look more like a piece of shit. You know what the best part is? This is what I love the most. Is that the beauty of the internet is that you can delete something, but it's never truly gone. It's never truly gone. It's the beauty of the internet. So let's say, and I don't care how old you are, regardless of age, you post something, you threaten somebody, whatever it may be, and you grow up a year, 2, 5 minutes, and you're like, that was a really bad decision on my part. I should not have done that. I'm going to delete that. You know the best part about employers? They look at shit. Now, for better or worse, they look at shit, but the fact of the matter is, they can drum up old shit. And based off of your actions being a fucking asshole, acting like a fucking child, and I shouldn't even say that because there are children who do not act like that. You might lose an opportunity because of the way you act. Online, in person, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's video games. At the end of the day, it is a fucking video game. And not just that. It's a video game that dozens, hundreds, thousands, maybe a team of 10 or less people have put their hearts, their souls, their time into. And regardless of how the development process went, regardless the state the game is in, they still spent that time, that effort, that heart on that project. And for you to go out there, go into somebody's Twitch chat, go into a Reddit thread, drum up complaints, drum up negativity. And I'm not saying all negativity is unwarranted, okay? It's fine to have criticisms. It's 100% warranted to have criticisms. Don't get me wrong. It's all about how you go about it. And that's the whole basis of this discussion, is that it's not even discussion. It's the whole point of this statement, is that it's all about how you carry yourself and how you portray yourself. If you are a part of the problem, I said it before and I'll say it again, you can go fuck yourself. I don't have time for you. I don't want you here. Plain and simple. Don't need you to be part of this community. While we all have frustrations, while we all have complaints, there are those who go about it just a different way. A better way of communicating that information, that frustration, that feedback, that criticism. As Joe Hobbs said it, as Paul Tassi said it, if this is me reaching out to everybody else that cares really, and you should fucking care. To those that have communities, yourselves, to the content creators out there, to the influencers out there, to the podcasters out there, to the players out there, it doesn't matter. To anybody out there that cares to listen, and again, you should care. Do better. I'm not saying you are doing a bad job. I'm just saying do better. If you see something like this, then call it out. If that person is part of your community, then call it out. Because you could sit back all day and say that, oh yeah, what people are doing to them is terrible. That's fine. It's not just about that though. It's what people are going to do to try to change that. And I'm not saying, and like they said, it can't be changed overnight. Maybe it can't be changed entirely at all. But the fact of the matter is we can all do better. Because I've said it from day one. I said it during MCC. I said it during Halo 5. The thing that I want, the thing that I would love to see is the devs, is those at 343 being more communicative of things that are happening within the studio. I don't care if it's good or bad. Just additional communication. Said it multiple times. But the fact of the matter is, if shit keeps happening like this, then I don't blame them at all for not wanting to step out and say something. It's unfucking acceptable. And anybody out there that thinks I'm a shill for being like, oh, we all need to be super nice, and oh, they don't think that we should be criticizing them. No, not at all. Go fuck yourself too for thinking that way. But no, that's not what it is. Not a shill for 343. Don't work for 343. Not paid by 343. I've criticized the fuck out of them before. I'll do it consistently in the future, probably. That's the difference. It's not about criticizing in an overtly negative and harassing way. It's about criticizing respectfully. Don't be a fucking shitter. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. The shit that Sketch, Uni, as those within the community, like in community positions of the company, and then just the devs, designers, artists, what QA, whatever it may be, and the shit that they have to deal with on a daily fucking basis. And it's not just 343, it's all around the scene. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Beth says, the Bungie situation is exactly what I've complained about with the Halo community. We beg for transparency, but when we get it, we complain about the info we got. Transparency is transparency regardless of whether it's what we wanted to hear. If we continue that cycle, we're going to stop with the articles or blog posts telling us what they're working on, what kind of feedback they've gotten, and how they are or aren't acting on it. And I wouldn't blame them. 100%. I wouldn't blame them either. And to anybody out there that says, well, it's their job to listen to us bitch and moan. No, it's not. No, it's not. So stop it. It's not their job to listen to you bitch and moan. So to any 343 individual out there that may or may not listen to the show, just want to say that I'm sorry you guys have to deal with what you have to deal with. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't fucking imagine. Do I have my complaints about the game? Absolutely. There are things I bring up consistently on this show. But do I respect the time and the effort and the heart that you all put into it? I do. I do respect it. Obviously, I hope the game gets better over time. I hope that updates come frequently. But nobody deserves the type of shit that they receive. And I'm not just talking about the threats and the harassment. I'm also talking about all the idiots out there that say, fix your game. Because guess what? Who does that help? I go into a Twitch chat and somebody says, 343, fix your game. You got it. You got it. XYZ, douchebag XYZ. You got it, man. Just for you, man, I'm going to fix the game. Just because you told me to. I got you, man. Nah, fuck you. Are you kidding me? This is why I don't work for them. I mean, obviously, among other reasons, I'm not qualified. But, like, if I did work for them and I saw somebody say that, my immediate reaction, obviously I'm not typing it, but my immediate reaction would be like, oh, fuck you. Like you know what's best. All right. Yeah, man. Fix it for you. No. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm just mad.
I can tell.
Yeah. I'm just mad that and I know that it's probably never going to go away. I'm just fucking mad. Beth says, when people complain that the Halo account or dev accounts have blocked them and claim they didn't do anything, I was respectful, etc. That's BS. Because I've complained a lot and not a single one of them has blocked me. So it's 100% about how you go about it. And Beth, like I said, I don't know anyone. Like, when Beth said that she's ranted before, I'd love to see that.
Yeah, it's always been good constructive criticism.
Yes, there's no way. There's no Beth rant out there. Like there's literal, there can't be, Beth. You're like one of the sweetest people in the world. I swear to God, like if you stubbed your toe, you'd be like, dang it, and then you just like walk away from the situation. Like when I stub my toe, I'm like, oh motherfucker, and then I like run off. I could never see you doing that, Beth. Dust says, there are things that 343 can't tell the community because people don't understand the work or processes that go into making a game or stop, listen, and try to understand. The majority of folks who are demanding are just selfish, entitled, and don't care about what the studio or the game. 100%. 100%. Or the ones that go out there and say, I know how they can fucking fix this shit. No, you don't. No, you don't. You think you do, but you don't. Just gonna throw that out there. There's a reason why, and we've said it multiple times, there's a reason why I love when Mikwin comes out and speaks about something that is something that's topical for competitive Halo. Because he did work for them. And he may not have been a developer for the studio, but he did work with the company. He worked on Halo Infinite in some capacity. So just that, when he comes out and he speaks about something, it's a point to, that's a time to listen as well. Because while he may not still work for the company any longer, he has that insight from both a pro player standpoint and an employee standpoint. And there's a major, major disconnect that happens within the community based off those 2 points. The netcode blog post was a pretty good litmus test for the community. Yeah, I can understand that. No. So here's another reason why this really pissed me off. And of course, because of the individual that said it, there was a lot of people that were, oh yeah, man, 343 sucks. This is why they never should have made this game. Blah, 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 blah. Nick Merckx. Do you see the clip that I'm referencing? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
You talked about the BR again and all that.
Yep. So Nick Merckx, a phenomenal streamer, content creator. This gets back to what was talked about within one of those previous posts, where Joe from Ubisoft talks about streamers and content creators that thrive on reaction content and overreacting to things for views makes things a lot worse. Nick Merckx is one of the epitomes of that, where Nick is so big in the space, right? And XQC is so big in the space. You have these streamers and these content creators and these influencers who are so big in the space where if anybody hears something that they say, they're going to take it as gospel and they're going to run with it because they want to support their person. And while I understand it, I don't respect it and I don't condone it and I don't like it. Because Nick also does not know what is best for the game. And I'm not saying I do. Okay? Let's not get shit twisted. I'm not saying I know what's best for the game, but Nick doesn't either. And so when Nick comes out and says that the game needs a battle royale, like the game's dead without one, I don't understand what 343 are doing. They completely dropped the ball. They fucked up not releasing one.
I mean, to that, he's saying it from his own point of view, where streamers are not always industry experts. I don't know.
Right, and he plays battle royales.
That's why he wants one.
Yes, it would probably bring in a lot of players, don't get me wrong, but like it would also help his numbers. There's nothing wrong with that. Get the bag, dude. No problem with that whatsoever. But that's the whole point, is coming out and preaching like you think it's gospel, and people latch onto it and they run with it, and then they just feed the narrative and they feed the negativity. And it's a never-ending vicious cycle. And we don't know if a BR is being worked on. For all we know, Max Hoberman and their team is working on that. We don't know. That's where the rumor goes, right? But that's the thing. As an influencer, as a high-profile streamer, even non-high profile, I don't fucking care, as somebody who has a community, in my opinion, it is your responsibility to maintain your community, to manage your community, whether that be with added moderation, whether that be with yourself. Go ahead. I have a feeling I know what you're going to say.
It's so hard to do with someone the size of Nick Merckx, right?
1,000,000%. But and that's the other thing too, is that you have like mega superstars. You have like a Taylor Swift, you have a LeBron James, whatever it may be, if we're expanding into outside gaming, right? And you have die-hard fans for those people. And well, they will follow them to the ends of the earth. And they will, like Beyonce, right?
Yeah.
Don't be a Beyonce hater, because if you do, all Beyonce fans are going to be on your ass, right? And she doesn't make like sick them on other people. That's not what she does. It's just what that community has done and become, and they're not all like that, but it's just one example. It's just this whole influencer time that we're in, you know? And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just you have some sort of responsibility to be a better role model for your own fucking community. I'm not saying Nick Merckx is a bad role model, because I just don't want people to get shit twisted. But I said it before, everybody can do better. Everybody can do better.
It would have been different. Do you think, I guess, I don't remember his exact words, but did he even like say, in my opinion, or did he just state it as fact?
So I have not seen the whole, like, I haven't seen.
You saw the clip, not the whole like VOD or video or the other context to it.
Correct. I have not seen the full.
I mean, Dust says, people in those positions need to responsibly use the power they have in their communities, which is very true. Very true. So, but that's just like, it goes, I mean, you start going back down that path. You start getting into, the entitled gamers, the way the internet functions. You can go down the path of, I mean, I remember like games like Division 2 and whatnot that they talked about in that article. People pre-order these games and then they get pissed when it's not what they expected or wanted. But that's kind of the way we've gotten into things with pre-orders, is people like, I remember waiting for games to come out before, getting reviews on them, waiting to see if they were actually good. Like, that doesn't exist anymore. It's like everyone pre-orders because everyone needs it day one. It's all about being the first, which doesn't always necessarily need to happen. Gives people the sense of entitlement over that game and how it was made, which leads to backlash and anger. Just doesn't need to be.
It doesn't need to be.
As you type up, there's been many times, I've told you before we started recording the show that, like, because of so many bad apples in the gaming community, it just makes me want to turn social media off, like just not be there, because that's all you see. Those are the voices that get out there and spewed about. And it's so disheartening to be like, me, I do enjoy playing Halo Infinite. It's, I enjoy my time on it. I know that there's problems, but you just go into the game being like, okay, well, everyone has desync. Everyone is dealing with this. Like, let's just enjoy what we can with this game. And they are working on it because of the transparency we've had. And as you've said before, as Chad has said, the more people get on their case, the more that transparency is going to go away.
Yep.
So
we'll get on their case in a harassing way.
Yeah.
I found the clip. I'm going to play it about the Nick Merckx thing, just so we have the full context. But Beth says, I haven't listened to it. We're going to. But with things I've seen in the past, him, Courage, Dr. Disrespect, etc., have always seemed to put their opinions out there like they're the be-all, end-all decider of everything, and it drives me nuts. Yeah, I can agree with that. Brian, with the 23-month resub, holy moly.
Ooh.
You get a woo! And then he says, sorry, all my sub-messages or paragraphs now deal with it. Wow, 23 months. It's going to be 2 years before you know it. Time going by way too fast at the moment. Really hyped to be going to Worlds, though. So time can speed up to that, and I won't complain. See Dusty in the chat. Long time no chat. Hope to see you at Worlds as well. Long overdue to see so many people. Need more meetups. Nothing gets me inspired to play Halo like seeing everyone in person again. Where's my damn hammer, though? Agreed. Where's your fixed hammer, though, is what you meant to say. Where's your fixed hammer? All right, here is the clip from Nick Merckx.
Are you going to... Okay, you're going to play the audio like through the mic?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I apologize if this doesn't sound great, but this is the clip from Nick Merckx, and we can discuss after the fact.
And I'm going to say something, and I hope you guys agree with me. I can't imagine that you wouldn't, so I'm just going to say this in hopes you agree. The gaming community as a whole was ready for a new fucking awesome game, and Halo dropped the fucking ball. Everyone at that fucking company should be ashamed of themselves, man. 343
So that's right there.
That's right there.
is a joke. They're fucking awful. They don't give a shit about anybody that plays their game, old or new. Their fucking pride and ego got in the way of what could have been an incredible timing, and just God, it could have just fucking taken over everything. But instead, they have 800 people on the fucking game right now.
I got a block list. I'm sorry.
I got a block list.
I have a block list. So that means we both blocked him, which means it's really bad swag. So. Nicholas, I'm with you.
I know. How
So
can't you
there's
be? We should all be playing a Halo BR right now together.
Only BR.
No.
Well,
As we just had a whole topic about, I get, like, if that's his opinion, that's his opinion. Fuck, I don't even know what to say now.
he literally shit-talked everybody at the company,
Yeah.
all the developers, everybody that works at 343. He shit-talked all of them. Every single one of them. Literally what we just talked about. And what you should not do. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want a prime example of what not to do,
That was it.
that was it. By one of the most prominent streamers in the world. Ladies and gentlemen. Quote, we should all be playing a top-tier Halo BR right now, end quote. Unfucking believable. Go ahead. What were you thinking?
God,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
no. So Nick Merckx can then go fuck off, is what we're saying.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
Nick Merckx can fuck off in this
scenario.
Yep. He can absolutely fuck off with that. It literally what you should not do is what he did. And the worst part is that fucking Joe from Ubisoft literally said that's what happens.
Yeah, because now
his community is
We'll spread
100% with him.
Yeah, his first statement, which was the world was ready for like something new and different, right? Like a new game. I can agree with that. Things are pretty stale. Why is that 343's job? That's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
He obviously, and everybody else in that chat, whoever, Tim, and I think I may have heard Courage. I don't know. obviously didn't pay attention to anything that 343 was saying prior to releasing the game. He bashes the company and the people there.
See you later,
That's
Dust.
Shouldn't be happening.
No, it shouldn't fucking be happening. And the other thing is, Tyler Beagle is the one that retweeted that and said, all right, Nick Merckx said what we're all thinking, Halo fans. No more fines. He took care of it for us. He doesn't speak for everybody. He does not speak for everybody, Tyler. Now, I don't know if your statement was partially sarcastic or not, but the fact of the matter is sarcasm doesn't carry well over text.
Very true.
Hell yeah, Dust. We'll see you there, bud. It's so disheartening. And again, I'm by no means saying the game's perfect. By no means is the game perfect. And the devs know that. They understand that. They respect that. And they're working on that. But to throw all of them under the bus like that and to say that they all should be ashamed of themselves like that, again, unacceptable. It's so fucking frustrating because that's... And I don't care if it was like, oh, it's a heat of the moment thing. Then fucking take a deep breath and wait before you start talking. This reactionary shit. I fucking hate it.
It's the it's fucking content creation though, right? Like he's trying to get fucking conversation going. And he's leaning on the fact that Halo's not in a great state. But it's one of those things where like I feel he wanted Halo to be good, not for Halo to be good, but for his own benefit, which pisses me off. That's what it feels like to me.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
He doesn't care about Halo. He just wanted something for himself. So. Anyway. I don't really know what much else to add.
I don't have anything else to add. Just that literally proved the point. That clip proved the point. I may sound like a shill right now, but I'm going to say this, and this goes to every developer, community member, designer, artist, QA, anybody that works at a publisher, developer, whatever it may be. You do get praise, and I know that you guys see the praise that you all receive when you receive praise. But I want you guys to know too that we appreciate you. Okay? All the work that you all put in, the countless hours, the time away from family, the time away from kids, the events missed, the crunch you have to put in. We appreciate the work that you do to make experiences that make us happy. And I'll end with this. Again, to everybody out there that is actively sending hate, harassment, threats, whatever it may be, saying things as gospel when it's not, and you don't speak for the overall community, you can go fuck yourself. And don't be a shitter. What's up, Silos? Welcome back, man.
Into the heavy shit.
Well, the heavy shit's over. Because now it's time for some regular news. Back to some positivity a little bit here. No, you came at the tail end of the topic, dude. It's okay. You're all good. Community Corner Ubernick. It's by Alex Wakeford over at Halo Waypoint. This is one of the new additions to the Community Spotlight. So they're going to take a community member and do a profile on them. And this time it was Ubernick for the first one. So that's awesome. Go check that out. Halo Infinite Campaign Network Co-op Flight is live. This is by Halo. The Halo Infinite Campaign Network Co-op Flight is, again, live. Also featuring Mission Replay, be sure to squad up with your friends in this early access build and take on the Banished together. We'll see you on Zeta Halo. You can learn more about the flight, find instructions on how to install your pre-release build, and report technical issues on the Halo support site. Want to say this, to my knowledge, as long as you had an insider profile set up and configured for Xbox, you're in. No additional shit needed. But if you were configured for PC, then you would have had to have received an email with a Steam code, and then there was an additional code that you need to enter in to access the beta. And again, instructions are included in the link in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show. So if I'm not mistaken, if you had signed up and you had everything verified for console flighting, you should have been invited no matter what. You can access the build right now. But for PC, you had to have received an email with the Steam code. Okay? Yeah, you can check it out right now. There you go. Halo Infinite Alpha Pack is out right now. The Halo Lone Wolves narrative continues on July 19th with the Alpha Pack. Alpha Pack brings a free new event pass with additional cosmetics for your Rakshasa Armor Core. Spartan Sigrid Eklund is passing on her field notes to you about some of these items, starting with the Morrigan helmet. And there's a series of tweets with more information about lore stuff.
So I was confused by this. Is there like a new mini battle pass thing that's out?
10 tiers, yep.
It's only this week.
Yeah, no, 2 weeks. It goes for the next 2 weeks. So this week and next week.
So I don't have to jam it all in 1 week. Okay.
Correct.
Woo!
It is all centered around LSS again. So you do have to do event challenges to LSS, which is not great, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And then the other point of criticism that I'm going to add is that the opening cutscene was a dud. As in, it was almost non-existent for the introduction for this event.
Compared to what we had before?
Yeah, and what we had before wasn't great either, but this was basically nothing. So, you haven't seen it yet?
No,
you haven't booted up the game yet?
I haven't since Tuesday.
I booted up the game. I didn't play a match yet, but I booted up the game to see what was in the store this week.
Anything good?
There's the skull helmet.
Okay.
It's the helmet with the skull inside of it.
Yeah.
So I did get that because I thought that just looked cool. And then there was another thing that I think I picked up too, but I'm already forgetting what it was. So yay me. Oh, it was the glowy arms. The blue glowy arms was back.
Oh, nice.
And I missed it the first time around. So again, I'm going to sound like a shill because yes, I spend money on Infinite. Oh my God, shocker. It's not like I said that multiple times before. But yeah. So I got those two things. If you just look up Halo Infinite Shop, it should be the first link.
Yeah. No, I am relating this. Bringing me to a whole thing. I am a Doctor Who fan.
Oh, yeah, it kind of looks. Yeah, I mean, it looks better than that, but it kind of looks like that.
But there's this astronaut character that's there's this skull. It's this evil thing that he runs into, and it reminds me of that all the time. So,
and it's for the Rakshasa core as well. So, there you go. There's that. But yeah, 10-tier event pass. It'll run for this week and next week. All of the event challenges are tied towards LSS, Last Spartan Standing. Last Spartan Standing also received an update with, so it's now on all the BTB maps. Obviously, I think that was last time anyway.
Yeah.
But now they updated. So like you had mentioned earlier, the drop pods do not just contain power ups. Instead, they also have equipment. And you start with the disruptor. Next up, Sparth departs 343. This is by Sparth. All good things come to an end. After close to 14 years on Halo, I've decided to pursue other opportunities outside Microsoft and 343 Industries. It's been a hell of a ride. Loved every minute of it. Wishing the absolute best of 343. You guys are and always will be amazing. And then time for some criticism. Also, I should say, Sparth, good luck to you in the future. There was an issue when the recent update released on Tuesday.
Oh,
it's Infinite. And this I'm not happy about. Just because of... Now, they did address this quickly, but the fact of the matter is, to me, it's the principle of it, where there are folks that did complete challenges. I don't care how many or how little it was, but this does directly impact them. So, Halo Infinite issued by Halo Support. This week's Halo Infinite Ultimate Reward has been updated to the Tactical Clippy Charm. It used to be a stance. Okay? If you're currently playing, restart the game to get this back-end update. This update will reset your challenge deck, but you won't lose rewards or XP gained from completed challenges. So again...
So the stance wasn't supposed to be there?
It's from what it sounds like, yes.
Yeah.
So again, to me, it's the principle of it. This would be an instance where, like they've done in the past, I would have just been like, you know what? We fucked up on this. Everybody gets the stance.
Sure.
Because now you have instances, and again, I don't care how many challenges you completed, whether it was one, whether it was fucking almost all of them for the week. Because as we've determined, you can, which is good, you can basically knock all of them out in a couple hours if you really go for it.
Yeah.
You know?
You can.
So, and this fix did come a few hours after the update went live. So I don't know how many people had completed, but the fact of the matter is people's challenge progress had been completely reset after this went out.
I mean, at least they didn't take back any rewards or XP you had already gained from it.
Agreed with that. But again, if it was me in this position, I would just come out and say, yep, fucked up on that. Everybody will get the stance when reset happens next week.
Yeah, but it all depends on what that was meant for, you know?
Yeah. But that's it for the regular news. It's time for Con of the Games Watch. The Major 4 happened. And what a doozy this was.
For us.
For us, yep. So I just have a few points noted here. The first up, Rocker officially failed to qualify for champs. We got eliminated by the Subliners 3-2 to send us to losers. And then we got eliminated from the tournament after losing to Optic 3-2. And we, based off of point allocation, we failed to qualify for champs. And that sucks. The Subliners had a Cinderella story qualifying for champs when they were on the edge, so they almost didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And they made it to the grand finals of their home event. But they did not win, because instead, the LA Thieves went the distance and won the major against all odds, including eliminating FaZe from the tournament. And that is no small task.
You know, the casters were saying that the Thieves were kind of, have been a FaZe kryptonite.
Sure.
Type thing. So I don't know. Maybe it's just they know how to play against them.
Well, not only that, they beat them twice. They beat them in winner's bracket round 1 and then loser's final.
Yeah.
So to go through the run here, the Thieves played 5 series. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they did really well. And I just have to give props to Octane because I was very happy for him being stuck on Seattle for so long and that team being really the laughingstock of the league back then. I say back then as in it was like a long time ago. It wasn't. But no, they're the laughingstock of the league with Paris. And now it's just Paris. there's that. Congratulations, LA Thieves. Congratulations, Octane. Congratulations to the rest of the team. You guys did great. You guys did fucking great. I'm excited for champs. We were talking about in Discord, and I think it bears repeating here, is that every major has had a new winner. There has yet to be back-to-back major champs, which I think is phenomenal for the scene. Champs could be literally for the taking. So,
I wish champs was a different structure. We talked about that at length before the show, but
briefly we can just say we wish all teams were invited.
Yeah.
And this is not coming just because we did not make it. Like we've been saying it for a while.
Year.
Yeah, every year. And also, I was saying that I wish that there was an actual bracket reset in the grand finals. Or
you said give the team coming from winners a map win to start, because should be some sort of benefit.
Preferably the bracket reset, but yes.
Yeah. The benefit a lot of people don't know about is that the team coming from winners gets to pick the map bans, because there's only 2 games, I believe, in the series that get map bans. Something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. But if you looked at the graphic, like the subliners got to pick what maps were banned when they showed the series overview.
There you go. Beth says, I guess now FaZe will win champs. No, I don't want that. I do not want that.
I don't even know who is going to have a run at this point, to be honest.
I want Optic to win. I'm not just saying that because I have their hoodie on. I just want them to win. I don't know.
Not.
Well, okay, out of the teams who are left, who do you want to win?
Who's in it? Subliners, as we talked about.
Yeah.
Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
Optic.
London Royal Ravens. Hold on. I'm bringing up a list right now real quick. All right, here's who qualified. The Boston Breach. You had FaZe, Surge.
No, Boston wins enough stuff.
Oh, my God. Oh, we're the Patriots, dude. We're past that, though. Brady's gone. So Atlanta FaZe, Seattle Surge, Optic Texas, Toronto Ultra, London Royal Ravens, Boston Breach, LA Thieves, and New York Subliners. Those who are qualified. I want Optic or Thieves. That's what I want.
I guess I'm rooting for Thieves.
Okay.
I don't want Optic to win COD champs.
Beth says, I'm drawing a blank, but it seems like they may be the only ones who qualified and haven't won an event yet. I don't think they did either. Who won the first event?
It was our event. Toronto.
Toronto won the Major 1? Did they?
CDL.
I don't recall.
Majors.
All I know is that
20.
Optic won their home event. LA Gorillas won an event. And now the Thieves won an event. So who won the first event? Or was the first Optics? No, the first wasn't Optic, was it? Why am I blanking out on this?
What? Was it? Goddamn ads.
Yeah, who won the first CDL Major of the year?
22 Major 1. Yeah, Optic.
Okay, so that was the first one, was at their home. Okay, so who won the second major then?
It was Gorillas.
Who won the third major? Because we have everything but the third now.
It was Surge.
Oh, that's right. That's right, the Surge.
No, I
totally forgot about that.
Which one was the Minnesota? Was that the second one? Did we have a major, or did we just have like an
I don't
event?
think we had a major.
Yes, we did. The second one was our major event.
The second one was ours, and then LAG won.
And I think Toronto knocked us out.
That wouldn't surprise me. They do that. Okay. Yeah, I just don't want FaZe to win. They won Worlds last year. They don't need to win a major. Fuck them. Or they don't need to win Worlds this year. Fuck them. Fuck them.
It would be cool to see, because for me, the Thieves, right? And Nadeshot talked about how much he would have to invest back in COD to get a team.
Yeah.
He finally does come back. He gets one. If they won and like brought in that money for the organization for him to stay in COD, keep Thieves in COD. Now, I don't think there's any inkling of him leaving, but winning would only
solidify him
further into keeping a Call of Duty team.
And if Octane won, that'd be great. I'm down for it. Fuck it. FaZe went public.
They did.
That was official as of today. They are now a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange. And we already talked about their prices earlier, so there's that. Congratulations to them. Yeah, you're excited about this?
I'm excited about this next one, guys.
Yeah, it's about fucking time. So, Connect Your Worlds. Discord voice chat comes to Xbox consoles for Xbox Insiders by Eric Voorhees, Principal Program Manager, Player Experiences and Platforms. All your friends and communities in one place. Get ready to connect with your Discord friends and communities on Xbox. Discord voice chat is coming to your Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One consoles. You'll be able to chat with anyone on Discord via voice channels or group calls directly from your console, making it easy to connect with friends across mobile, Xbox, and PC. This update will start rolling out to Xbox Insiders today and will be available soon for everyone. Soon. Streamlined audio experience. Today's update enables a highly requested feature. Discord voice on Xbox consoles allows you to talk with your friends and community while you play your favorite games. Planning a few rounds of multiplayer action in Halo Infinite with the buddies on both console and PC? Exploring new biomes with your friends in Minecraft? See them already playing a game that supports crossplay? Connect to their voice channel and chat as you all play. While you're playing on your console, you'll be able to see who is in the call and speaking. You will also be able to adjust their sound and switch between Discord voice and Xbox game chat. That's
huge.
Awesome. That is awesome. No more having to use the Xbox app or the game bar on PC. Never again.
I mean, I don't know. Party chats are still probably going to be more convenient than having a second Discord app that people might not be all aware about.
Oh, sure.
But it will be nice.
Speaking about that,
wouldn't it be nice?
Thank you. Linking your Discord account to your Xbox.
What?
To get started, open the guide by pressing the Xbox button on your console. Then go to Parties and Chats and click Try Discord Voice on Xbox. You'll see an option to scan a QR code. The QR code will take you to the Discord and Xbox apps to connect and set up a two-way link between your Discord account and Xbox. If you previously linked your Discord account to your Xbox, you'll have to re-link. To link your Discord account, you must be at least 13 years old and other parental controls may apply. You can learn more in the Discord Xbox connection article that they link. Once your Discord account is linked to Xbox, you can hop in a channel you'd like to talk in using Discord just as you normally would. On the Discord mobile app, you'll see a new option to join on Xbox. At this point, you'll need the Xbox app to transfer voice chat from your Discord account to your Xbox. If you haven't installed, the Xbox app will launch and let you connect to Discord voice chat to your Xbox Series X or S or Xbox One console. And blah, 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 blah. Today's update will start to roll out to select Xbox Insiders and will expand to more in the coming weeks. Check Xbox Insider release notes for more details and stay tuned to Xbox Wire for future updates with Discord and all the latest and greatest Xbox-related news. Thank fucking God. So yeah, that's really cool.
That partnership that was started long ago, then went silent, finally pays off.
And then went to Sony.
The Discord one?
Yeah. Remember?
Oh, yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It did.
And now it's back.
Now it's back.
Baby!
All right.
That's it for Condo the Games. What? Let's get into some Will's Adventures with the Nailovers. In other games, dude, what the fuck is that last one?
All right.
You jump into that again?
Yeah.
That's
so
weird.
We'll run through them.
Right. So confused.
A buddy of mine wanted to play some games, but he wasn't like in the mood for a game, right? He was like,
Okay.
I'm going to play some PUBG and then some Rainbow Six and then something else. Like he's hopping around. So I hopped on Fortnite when he got on Fortnite because I was like, I don't know what to play. I don't feel like playing anything else. Fortnite has no build mode. Sure, I'll try it again. Let's pop in and see what old skins I have from back in the day.
Master Chief.
I did have Master Chief.
Yeah.
I did not run Master Chief. I ran the Astronaut for a little bit because that was one of my favorite.
I thought you were going to run Kratos.
Oh, I did have that one too. Yeah. No, I have the black and orange, like the Dark Astronaut, which was one of my favorites. And then I switched to something else. Oh, we both ran John Wick, like the original, not the like actual John Wick character, but the season 2 John Wick that they came out with that you got for completing the pass. So ran John Wick. We were both running around as John Wick. But anyway, we ended up getting 2 wins out of the night. After we got the second win, the games got progressively harder, and we were like, okay, time to chill on this. But yeah, I actually jumped it back into Fortnite, and it was kind of enjoyable. I think it was enjoyable while I was learning about all the new things. But I think if I were to keep playing, all of it would just get stale again. I'm like, all right, time to move on. See, I did some Rock Band. I was sick over the weekend. This is going to be so sad. While my wife came over here and you all played Rock Band, I sang alone in the basement. So
You missed my poker face.
I got a Snapchat.
Oh shit. Okay, so you didn't miss it.
I also played Halo Infinite. Of course, I'm playing it every week pretty much.
Yeah.
Hopped into some solo duo.
Oh, back go. I just hit the microphone.
I played about 6 to 7 games in solo duo. I had people lag out, quit, or be toxic and like stop playing in about 4 or 5 of them.
Jesus Christ.
So I was not happy.
I wouldn't be either.
Yeah, people suck.
People do suck. That's a true statement, my friend.
And then I got into the feeling like I want to play a game that I don't have to try on. Like I just wanted something to relax on.
Okay.
And a friend of mine at work is actually playing this game. Now, Josh was like, why are you jumping back into this one?
Yeah.
So he was talking about it and we started talking about the game. So I got Ghost Recon Wildlands. Downloaded that again.
Wow.
And I put it on easy. I'm just going around taking out settlements and whatever you have to do in that game. And it's fun talking about it with my friend at work. And yeah, it's a game I don't really have to think much about. Just go and check the boxes on the tasks. To be honest, I actually reloaded the Infinite campaign and I was like, let's go do something different.
Sure.
Yeah. If I was going to be on Halo, I felt like I wanted to spend my time in multiplayer, not on campaign right now.
Your like fascination with Ghost Recon Wildlands is like my guilty pleasure of Test Drive Unlimited.
Yeah. It's like,
it's not a bad thing. I'm just like, man.
The problem I have with Wildlands is like the travel time sucks.
Yeah.
Because you have to literally go across the map.
Yeah.
I've stolen a couple helicopters, but those blow up easy. Then you got to drive everywhere. So like I've literally only done like 2 or 3.
The map is massive.
It is. I've only done 2 or 3 missions. But
I remember playing with you.
We did
a
play
while
a few.
ago. Yeah.
Yep.
God, it's so funny.
So
Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Part of me was like, I wanted like a military shooter that wasn't.
Sure.
That was something different.
We're getting COD this year, right?
I probably might actually Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah. I probably will too. Just to break up the monotony a little bit with more monotony.
I'll play some more Warzone.
Don't even. I reinstalled Apex. No shit. I reinstalled Apex.
I cannot get back into that.
It's the only BR that I thoroughly enjoyed. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I do like playing Warzone, but my problem with Warzone is you have the cheaters and then just the inconsistency. To me, that's what it is. To me, it's just inconsistency. But I know there's a lot of inconsistency with Apex with all the heroes and whatnot, but like I do enjoy the gunplay, the sliding mechanics. Like, yeah, I like the moment-to-moment gameplay of Apex way more.
Maybe maybe we should play more. Maybe just, I think my problem is like Joey plays BRs a lot. Like that's his thing.
What is he playing? Like what BRs is he mainly playing? What is he into?
But that's the thing. Like when I told you what we did on that day,
Bouncing around?
He bounces around all the time.
Okay. because
So
I
it's
still
hard
have
to say.
Fortnite installed, if I'm not mistaken. And now I'm more interested in playing Fortnite now because they have a no build mode.
Yeah, I remember the day I quit Fortnite. It was literally that meme where like I shot at a kid and then there was a fucking base in my face, and I literally stood there and just watched him build to the sky, and I was like,
I can't compete with that.
yeah, like what's the point of this right now? This isn't fun.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with those that are that skilled to do that.
Right.
It's just I love how the developers listened and they're like, fuck it, let's give it a shot, man. And look where it's gotten them.
Yeah.
So
But no, my thing is like I do enjoy Apex, but there are times where you just get that like super sweaty lobby.
oh yeah. Where you get third party.
You get third party. You have to know the game so well now and where to go, how to move.
Yep. And that's why I just said, like, I like the moment-to-moment gameplay more in that, because I feel like with Warzone, I think my problem with Warzone is that there's so many more opportunities to be caught out.
Yeah. And like, well, yeah.
No, that's really it, is that you have more opportunities to get caught out. There's more camping in a sense because there's so many more buildings to be in and out of, where
Yeah.
Apex's map feels a little bit more, I don't know if open's the word I'd use, but I think more well thought out, in my opinion.
Sure.
Kind of like a
That makes
Fortnite too. I think Fortnite's map is kind of like that too.
Yeah.
So
And the thing with like Call of Duty and Warzone
yeah,
is like the guns have gotten to a point where you can down someone with one magazine before they even can turn to look at you,
Yep.
right? Which that's not the case with Apex. Like even if you have a top tier gun in Apex, like say you grab a R301 or an R99 and you got it decked out, it still takes a couple magazines to down someone with leveled up shields.
yeah. There's a compensation for it.
Yeah.
There's a balance to it. No, and that's
I would be down to update Apex and play a little.
I'm
Try
down.
it out. So
I'm down.
even if we get shit on it, could still have fun.
Sure, and you know what?
We'll
if
be
you
the
guys
kids camping in bushes.
I'll even say this because we know that Warzone 2 is coming. And if we're all going to be getting caught anyway, because you know it is what it is. No, because I do every time it maybe it is like the feeling around like the time of the year that it's coming out, but even with Halo being out, who knows? There are so many times where Halo doesn't have an event going on. You're not really feeling playing other games. Maybe you just want to get in, play a Twitch shooter real quick in and out. COD's that game.
Can be.
So, and who knows, with Warzone 2 coming out, maybe I'll fucking play Warzone again. Who knows?
Well, the Warzone now seems to have solved the cheating problem.
Are you telling me that I need to install Warzone again?
No, I'm not going to. I'm not touching Warzone till Warzone 2.
Okay, then I won't even bother.
There is a new glitch though that is
wonderful.
Very sad for Warzone. So you know how they have the stim heal?
Yeah.
So if you're getting assassinated, right? Someone got behind you and there's assassination animations going on and you use the stim, you'll just run away. Like you can just run out of it. Run out of the assassination.
Well, that doesn't seem like a glitch. That just seems very fun.
Yeah.
Also, Podtacular with the raid. Thank you so much, man. Greatly appreciated. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Podtacular viewers, one of the longest running Halo podcasts in the world. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah,
really
you,
appreciate it. For
awesome.
those who don't know, Dustin is a phenomenal member of the Halo community who doesn't spread hate and negativity. So just going to throw that out there. Thank you, Dust. It was a pleasure meeting you and being on the panel with you at Outpost.
Outpost, yeah.
Yeah, Outpost was a hell of a good time.
I recently saw, like, I was watching some of our old videos, and I remember I took a long video. I took a video on my phone of the whole panel.
Wow.
Because I set it up on the tripod, and it was like watching the side of us. I went back, and I was like, wow, this like, I was just so still in shock, like that we were even a part of that.
It was a long time ago. It was a hell of a good time. Brian was there, called him out in his Play Griffball shirt.
Yep.
Halo Community Game Show is coming to Worlds. Hell yes.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Super excited.
It sounds like it's going to be a more mix of Outpost and
Yeah, it's supposed to be Halo Fest.
like a Halo Fest. Yeah.
100%. Yo, Confal, thank you so much for the follow. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So we talked about the games I played. What about you, Josh?
Well, two things. One, update Apex. And then two,
Okay.
I played. So while you were not feeling well, we did play Rock Band over here. And we also played Switch Sports.
Ooh.
Yes. And we played some like a wackier mode with that. That was a fun time. We just did bowling. Well, I just did bowling, I should say. And then the Forza Horizon 5 Hot Wheels expansion released. So I've been diving into that a little bit. So yes, I have not played any Halo Infinite this week. Mainly because the event is tied around Last Spartan Standing. I'm not a fan of that mode. Because if I
have to like drudge through it.
Yeah, exactly. And I looked at my challenges for the week. Now, granted, they've since been reset. So I don't know what they look like now. But when I looked at them originally, they looked really good. Looked really easy for me. I don't think they're going to be easy anymore. I hope so, but I don't
hope
know.
They are.
I agree. But no, it's that's my thing with BRs. Like if Halo Infinite is to ever have a BR, the only way I'm going to play is with other people because I'm not a solo player. So that's the thing for me. Dust says the clippy charm behind Last Spartan Standing hurts a bit. Yeah, the update that they put out kind of hurts a little bit too, but we already talked about that. But yeah, I've been playing the Hot Wheels expansion. They've expanded on it since the last one in I think Horizon 4. It was 3 or 4 that had
4.
Yeah,
I remember.
And so they really utilize the entire map. So instead of it being, I mean, it is like a self-contained area, but they used all the biomes from like the standard map, and they introduced a lot more of like a verticality of a twisting and turning and you're not like on a straight road type scenario to a point where they included, you know how in like a plane or like when you're playing a video game with a plane and it has the reticle has like a yaw indicator and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's on there.
Cool.
You could
That's
now
cool.
I turned it off because it's annoying as all hell. Just to keep it's dead center and it's big and it's annoying.
Oh,
you can turn it off though in the accessibility settings, which is great. Thank you, Playground Games, for doing that. But yeah, it's fun so far. It is a much more like streamlined progression. As to where you unlock metal, like there are different tiers, and those tiers are your driving disciplines. So you go from like B to A to S to S2 and then to X or whatever it is.
Okay.
And you get a car for each progression that you make, a Hot Wheels car, obviously. But in order to progress to the next stage, you need to complete all the events first within that single stage. So you can't like only do a few and then move on. You have to do them all. So it is a very hand-holdy experience through, which is not a bad thing. Just pointing it out. But no, it's fun. It's fun so far. It's more Forza, and I'm into that. So I'm here for it. That new cat game Stray came out.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested, just a little bit.
So you have PlayStation Plus, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can check this, but if you get the extra membership, because they release 3 tiers now, you have your basic, your extra, and premium.
I think mine is just got defaulted to basic with my year subscription I had.
Same here. But if you upgrade to extra, you get that game included. So it saves you $30, whatever. And they prorate it based off the year. So like, for example, instead of it, so it's $15 a month instead of 10. But when I went to upgrade, because I'm like, well, I don't necessarily want to spend $30 on it. Let me just see it. But I also don't want to spend $100 for this subscription. And then it's like, oh no, we'll upgrade you for the year for like $22.
Because you've already paid.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh shit.
Oh.
So I have this until January.
I'll have to look at that.
For $20.
I'll have to look at that.
Yeah. And then you get it for free. So, well, you get it included in your subscription. So just a heads up, people out there. And then, yeah, I want to play Stray sometime, but that's it. Yeah, play 3 games.
Knock things, you know.
Yeah, a lot of things. Yeah, that's all I played. Let's get into some shout-outs. Shout out to everyone who followed and subbed during the live show. We had a fucking few. Give me a second. I'll get to them.
I need to step out for a second, but I'll be right back.
You absolutely feel free to. Not Demon Blood. I think I said you last time, but I'm going to say it again anyway. Red 7K, Not Demon Blood 1, Machete Coletti, great name. Volpez and Culta, JJ Events, Yes Magical, Sammy Yoper, or Sam Youper, Iuin, Lando Vicious Van Kix. I apologize. I was going to say Vicious. And Peter Ben and Confowl, thank you so much for the follows. Holy moly, thank you so much. It's greatly appreciated. We have Ziggler with the resub. We have Dust with the resub. We have Rage with the resub. Thank you guys for the resubs. And then we have Uncle Pumpy with the 6 gifted subs today. Madman. Thank you so much. And then Dust with the raid as well. Greatly appreciated. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Really fucking cool. Whew. And then happy belated birthday to Common and Joy and join us. Happy belated birthday to you folks. Hope it was a great one. Community creations. We have Halo memes every day. Reddit.com/r/Halo memes. We have a real Halo rocket launcher by Jairus of All. We have Here's Why Pros Still Don't Use the Mangler in Ranked in Halo Esports. Is by Shyway. This is a question that Will and I had asked ourselves as to, with the changes to the Mangler, why is it still being GA'd? Well, we have an answer, and Shyway provided that answer, so shout out to Alex. And then we have What Happened at HCS Valencia 2022, which is a Navi interview by Navi. So go check that out. Came up a little short in that event. Not where they wanted to be, but they provide some context around it. And then also, G1. They now have a YouTube channel that you can subscribe to. And it's included in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show. And Will, that's all I got. It's almost 10:30.
Yeah.
But with that, if you wouldn't mind plugging the show.
You can find us at your favorite podcast service. Search for HCS Pro Talk. Find us on all your favorite platforms like Podbean.
And Pocket Cast.
Spotify. Yeah.
Like, where are you going with this? I'm confused.
I confused myself.
It's okay. You came back in and I threw you on the spot.
Join our Discord. All right.
Do that.
There's good stuff going on there.
Do that.
We're there all week. I pretty much check it every day now. I was bad at first. I'm not going to lie. But
hey,
checking it more now, trying to still plugging Pocket Cast. Yes.
Dust. Yes, we are not sponsored. It is not an ad. But yes, I use Pocket Cast. I paid for Pocket Cast out of my own pocket. I love that podcast application to store all of my podcasts. Yes, including Podtacular. Thank you.
Perfect. But yeah, join the Discord if you want to chat with us. We're there. If we're in voice channels now for playing on Xbox, you'll probably see us in there. Yeah, we do have a pretty great community, I'd say. A lot of good talks in our channel. Nothing gets too crazy.
I would say so too.
I think we got a pretty great community. Find us on all the social media sites, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We're mainly on Twitter. Got the other two if you want to check those out. Just search for HCS Pro Talk on those sites. If you want to check up on VODs, anything old, anything else coming out, check out our YouTube, youtube.com/HCS Pro Talk. If you want to watch us live, usually Mondays, 7 p.m. Central on twitch.tv/HCS Pro Talk.
Usually.
I was under the weather, so this got delayed till Wednesday. That's why we're here today. Check out hcsprotalk.com and also check out evolvedhalo.com.
Your home for Halo.
You can't forget about the fine folks over at Podcast Evolved. They have great shows such as Podcast Evolved, Mission Debrief, Halo TV Plus, Books Club, Build with Blocks, Halo Headlines, and the other new show that is...
Oh, did I not put it in the show notes? Did I still forget that?
Yep.
I think it's Halo Gear.
Halo Gear Guide.
Halo Gear Guide.
Thank
That's
you.
it.
You got
Yeah,
it.
buddy. Yeah, buddy.
And we have our own section over on evolvedhalo.com now.
And it looks better than our website.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, we got to add. There's like a little section where it shows our pictures at the bottom.
Yeah.
And when you click on it, it brings it to a 404 page, not found.
Oh, we need to update. We
So
need to have them update.
Yeah,
that.
so that's
That's okay. We can do that.
we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
So make sure to check out the fine folks over.
It's like we're new at this or something.
Yeah,
Crazy.
we haven't been here since 2018.
Yeah, it's not like this is episode 244. God.
Uh,
Every week, baby. Every week. Haven't missed a single one yet. What's up?
yeah. That's all I got.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for episode 244 of the show. Thank you very much for watching.
Thanks for sticking with it.
Yeah, if you're live, if you're here watching live, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy night, your busy schedule to check us out, hang out, chat in the chat, or just lurk, whatever you may be doing. We appreciate you. If you're listening to the audio version of the show, hope you're having a great fucking day, night, whatever you're doing. And if you're checking out the VOD on YouTube, hi, I'm waving to you. I'd say this to the listeners, but, they can't see me waving, but I'm waving to you. Hello.
I'm waving now too.
There you go. Will's waving too.
Gotta make it awkward.
Thank you for taking the time to watch on the YouTube channel as well, or Twitch if you're checking out the VOD there. Does not matter. And yeah, I'll just say I know things got a little deeper during the topic of this week, but I think it definitely bared stating and talking about. There's a reason why we have an emote. There's a reason why it's a tagline for the show. Don't be a shitter. In all facets of life. Guys, we'll be back next week to talk about more stuff that I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe rosters will be finally announced. Who the fuck knows? But, in the words of our show, we'll have to wait and see. We are going to raid up Halo Rec League because they also have their Season 4 playoffs matches taking place right now.
Yeah, so stick around.
Stick around. We're going to go raid them, obviously, after the outro music plays. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. But until next week,